Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome out to Lawrence High School. Joel Becker along with Matt Llewellyn as the Lawrence High Chesty Lions set to take on the Shawnee Mission East Lancers tonight on a very warm October early evening. Game 5, a homecoming night here at Lawrence High School, and Matt always bringing back fond memories for Lawrence High alums.
Absolutely, it's always a great night, and a lot of classes are here. I see the 80 class, the 85 class, one class behind me. I know those two classes are here, but we probably have a couple of others. Anyway, I know that we'll have a lot of people in attendance. I might actually have, at halftime, a football player or two from a state championship 85 class.
That'll be a lot of fun, so we're certainly looking forward to that for tonight. Tonight it is the Shawnee Mission East Lancers that are coming to town, and so obviously we are this is a Chesty Lions team that is looking to really get their season on track. They've had a tough time the first 4 games coming into this one 0-4. They would love to see a happy crowd go home with a homecoming night victory. Yeah,
they would, and a couple of those games we were certainly in and had every opportunity to win. Obviously the Mill Valley game, we were overmatched in that one, but I think this is a game that we can come off a winner, and it's definitely going to be a high-scoring affair no matter what. But I think it can look good for the Lions tonight.
Well, they're going to have their work cut out for them. This Lancers team have had a prolific offense. Jack Reeves, their quarterback, had put up nearly 300 yards last week against Olathe South at home, and obviously he's a guy that the Lions are going to have to stop.
Absolutely. I mean, he was their quarterback last year and did a great job in our first playoff loss of the season last year, and he's back again this year, and we'll see what he can do. But I think that our defense, if they can't just focus on Jack Reeves, but definitely their offense goes through him.
All righty, well, let's get to those starting lineups for today's game. It's brought to you by Rex's Stadium Barbershop. Rex's Stadium Barbershop, 1033 Massachusetts, a cut above the rest. High-quality, affordable haircuts, trims, outlines, kids, adults, military, to look and feel your best. Rex's Stadium Barbershop, 1033 Massachusetts, proud sponsors of high school sports lineups. For the Chesty Lions, they are going to see up front on their offensive line. It's Devin Foster, Bailey Johnson, Hudson Myers, Malachi Crimson, and Wyatt Hendricks. That's from left tackle to right tackle. The quarterback, Joey Dooley. Your receivers, Jackson Becker, Ethan Curry. Tight end, Alex Bart. Running back, Taj Edwards. On the defensive side of things, up front for the Chesty Lions, we've got Jaden Harrell, Alex Barton, Ty Sessions are the front three. The linebackers is Mason McClure, Josh Galbraith, Will Grimes, and Caleb Wingert. Corners are J.J. Lucas and Adric Webb. The safeties, Turner Julesgaard and Pietro Norona. So should be a good game. We're waiting for the teams to make their way on the field. Obviously, we talked about this, you and I, during Rock Chalk Sports Talk, but not during this broadcast. One of the big things about playing in a homecoming game is kind of keeping distractions to a minimum.
Yeah, I mean, that's always something you've got to always kind of pay attention to. And that's going to be the forefront of the minds of some of these kids. But right now I think that they're really probably focused on the game itself and not worried about other things. But I would imagine, like I said earlier, I believe Galbraith is in the court. I guess I should have looked that up here before we got on the radio, Joel. But
are they going to do that like at halftime or anything like that?
Yeah, we'll have a special presentation at halftime for sure.
All righty. So that should be good. Hopefully – I don't know if we'll get a whole lot of it ourselves. Sorry, I'm have a little bit of a dirty pot here. But at any rate, so You want to go over the captains while we have a second?
Yeah, absolutely. Joseph Dubray, Michael McAnderson, and Devin Foster. And then, as we talked about on Rock Chalk Sports Talk today, Jaden Harrell is a captain. And Jaden, a guy who had his problems, especially last year, but one of those guys that maybe Jason Thorne has kind of taken under his wing to really kind of try to help him out and really get him on the right track. But it's nice to see Jaden Harrell out there as a captain.
Yeah, absolutely. So the other real question for the day is, will any of the weather conditions, the heat that we had during the day, we got near 90 degrees today. It might have eclipsed that. I never really looked on my phone app to find out if we actually hit 90 or not. We were at 89 before. Right now, AccuWeather is reporting 85 degrees in Lawrence, so we have not seen things calm down quite yet. That could make a difference. Run heavy team, if you have kids with a bunch of cramps or anything like that, that could certainly get in the way.
And it's certainly a possibility, but you know what? The thing about it is they've been in the heat all summer long, and now once the sun goes down, it's going to be fine. I think these kids are going to be great.
Yeah, I would agree. The team's out at the middle of the field for the coin toss. Captains shaking hands for both sides. The Lions are in their home dark jerseys, black with red lettering and white trim. The Lancers kind of have a white and sky blue coloring scheme for them, and they're wearing the white jerseys with very prominent numbers, which I appreciate a lot, and the sky blue pants.
Yeah, won't need binoculars for those numbers for East. That is very, very prominent. So they're getting ready for the.
I was going to say the referee is explaining whatever it is he wants, showing them the coin, and we're going to see who wins and what they decide to do. Like I said before, with the Lancers this year, their key is they've been able to put a lot of points on the boards, but they haven't been able to stop anybody. It looks like the Lancers did win the toss, or at least they pointed their direction. So they're moving them to the left side of the field, and they'll say that the Lancers won the toss and they deferred. So I imagine the Lions will get the ball when we come back. Opening kickoff coming up right after this. It's the Lawrence High Chesty Lions, Shawnee Mission East Lancers right here on Lawrence High Football on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Brian Haney here with my good buddy Matt Llewellyn of the 23rd Street Brewery. KU football is back, and specifically back in Lawrence. That's got to be great for you, Matt.
It is so awesome, Brian. I'm so excited that they're back in Lawrence this year, and we've got all kinds of great things coming at the brewery. We've got brunch now, and we're going to open early for all the games, 9 o'clock every Saturday and Sunday. 23rd Street Brewery is open. We've got brunch, but then we've got our regular items too, so come join us at 23rd Street Brewery.
Always a fan favorite, the 23rd Street Brewery, Clinton Parkway and Cassold in Lawrence.
1320 KLWN Lawrence and FM 101.7 K269 GP Lawrence. Depend on it.
Welcome back out to Lawrence High School. Joel Becker and Matt Llewellyn. It's the Chesty Lions taking on Shawnee Mission East, the Lancers. And we're just about set to go for the opening kickoff. Waiting to put the ball down and get things underway. The kicker, Peter Hlobic, I'm guessing, Hlobic, a 5'11 sophomore, is doing the kicking duties. That kind of barefoot left foot out there. He's kind of got a sock on, but not really a...
or a track shoe.
Yeah, or like a wrestling shoe almost. Ball teed up on the 40-yard line, just a little bit to the left of the hash mark, and the kick is short high, coming down, up man at about the 18-yard line and up to around the 28 before he is hit and tackled. And I believe that was Kress who took the opening kickoff. and pretty decent field position for the Lions. And like I said, they really want to set things up on their offense because, again, this is a Lancer defense, a suspect, I should say. And so if you can establish that you can move the ball, you're going to put a lot of pressure on their offense. So we'll see what Joey Dooley and company can do. Dooley has settled in. This is his third game as the starter for the Chesty Lions. He's got Taj Edwards in the backfield in the pistol behind him. Splits on either side. It'll be a give to Edwards looking for a hole up the middle. He was hit but dragged forward. The tackler all the way across the 30 to the 34. Good running, power running by Taj Edwards as he was hitting about 4 yards after the contact.
Yeah, it really was. They're giving him a long 5 yards on that carry as Taj really just kind of drugged some defenders with him.
So ball on the 34 of the Lions. 2nd down and 5. They need the 39. Same formation as before. And it'll be another give to Edwards, this time trying to go off right tackle. He was hit, broke the tackle, and got at least positive yards on the play. That could have been no gain, but he will at least get a yard up to the 35. But it'll set up a 3rd down and 4. The yard marker says 4th down, but it's not.
And they read him all the way that time. And before, there was nothing fancy about the run earlier. This time they did try to make it a little bit more fancy and go off to the side, but the straight up the middle worked a lot better than off to the side.
Ethan Curry in the slot on the left side this time. Edwards in motion. They'll throw over the middle for Curry. Makes the catch. 1st down across the 45. Spins out of a tackle. Gets up near midfield. Just a hair shy of the midfield stripe as Ethan Curry made a good little pitch and catch there with Joey Dooley and moves the chains for the Chesty Lions right to midfield.
Nice little 15-yard pickup there by Curry. And what did I say, Joel, all during Rock Chalk Sports Talk? We've got to catch the ball. That's a key to the game. If we catch the ball, the good things are going to happen for these Lions tonight.
This time Curry's in the slot on the right side, and they're in the standard shotgun, and now we get a flag, and there's going to be a false start on the Lions.
And not really the way you want to start that second series there.
I'm not sure what the false start was. They hadn't really come set yet.
Yeah, it's
they looked back
Joey.
toward the,
yeah, Joey kind of. It looked like Joey might have. I don't know, but Joey definitely kind of got up and looked over.
Yeah, they were looking to the sideline.
Center.
Yeah, they were looking. No, he was in the shotgun, but he was looking to the sideline for a play. Anyway, same formation. They give it to Edwards. Big hole up the middle. He's going to get inside the 40, 35, 30, 25. He trips up, and it's knocked down inside the 20, down at about the 17-yard line. Taj Edwards was able to get that one, 30, 35 yards or so.
33, I think, but yeah. A great run. Line opened up a big hole for him, and he was just off to the races from the get-go. So nice 31-yard run there for Taj Edwards.
He actually lost his own footing, or he may have gone to the house. You never know.
And he had some Lancers downfield, but absolutely, Joel, it could have been a TD had he not lost his footing.
Kress is in motion. They're going to swing it out to him on the pass on the right side, heading toward the sideline. He's hit and knocked down as he gets down to the 10-yard line. They're going to mark it right there. 2nd down and about 1.5, maybe 2, as Luke Kress came out of the backfield, giving Taj Edwards a little bit of a spell, and makes a good catch.
But nice pickup there by Kress, and again, caught the ball right out in the flat and able to make 9 big yards.
So it'll be 2nd down, let's call it 2. Lions will come to the line. Edwards back in the game. They've got a wing back this time to the left side. And Twins on the left as well. It is a give to Edwards looking to go up the middle. He was hit. Was able to break the initial contact, but then the second wave came in, and
should be enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, Vince Kopp made the initial the tackle after Eakskate got him the hit.
Are they not calling a 1st down?
And no, they're going to say 3rd down and a very, very short half a yard.
It's got to be inches.
Yeah.
So give him just a yard, but it looked like he gained more than that, but I don't necessarily dispute the spot, but from up here, it looked like he gained more than just 1 yard.
So Bart is as the H-back to the left side. Edwards is to the left of Dooley in the shotgun formation. They will give it to Taj. He'll get the first down. And a couple of yards more. He needed the 9, got to about the 7. It'll be first and goal for the Lions from there. Just underway here in the first quarter of play. Opening drive. We've played 3.5 minutes, 3 minutes and 40 seconds. And it's first and goal for the Lions in this scoreless game.
And again, nothing really fancy on that run, just right up the middle and found a hole, found a little seam, and able to get 3 yards for that first down for Taj Edwards.
It is an option play. Dooley keeps it himself into the end zone. Touchdown, Joey Dooley.
Dooley
looked for the pass, or I should say the pitch, but that was being covered, so he kept it himself. Went off left tackle and practically untouched into the end zone from 6 yards out.
And almost kind of high-stepped it in. Just looked like he was kind of stepping over people, but there was nobody there. As his stride took him he took some high steps into the end zone. But either way, 6 points on the board for the Chesty Lions with 7:57 left to go here in the first quarter. It's nice to have a lead.
Yeah. Krieger out for the extra point.
As I don't think we really ever saw a lead last week against Mill Valley.
No, low snap. Becker got it down, and the kick is up, and it is good. So 7:57 left to go here in this first quarter of play. The Lions take the opening drive all the way down for a touchdown. They lead it 7-0. Back with the kickoff coming up after this on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
In the heart of Lawrence, Kansas, off 6th and Castle, there's a place that's more than just a wash and lube. It's where Don Greenfield, local business owner, proud father, and husband to a longtime teacher, has been serving our community since 2005. Westridge Auto Wash and Lube is a proud supporter of high school sports in Lawrence, locally owned and operated by trained technicians. Fast, reliable, trusted. Because here, you're not just a customer, you're family. Visit Westridge Auto Wash and Lube right off 6th and Castle in Lawrence, where Lawrence comes to shine.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back into Lawrence High School. Joel Becker along with Matt Llewellyn
is my name.
Thank you. We're trying to get our little scoreboard back up on our video, and trying to remember how we did it before, but at any rate, we've got a kickoff to deal with right now, and Krieger got the ball teed up at the 40-yard line right in the middle of the field. We'll get that to you when we do have an opportunity. It's a line drive kick. It bounces and comes to a stop at the 2, picked up and out to the 10-yard line and hit and tackle about the 15. So very good coverage by the Chesty Lions. Probably a mistake, I would say, by the coverage unit there for the Lancers.
Well, I don't know, Joel. The thing is, have you ever seen a kickoff do that? I mean, that was a line drive. Probably didn't get much more than about 30 feet in the air, and you thought that it was going to just roll quickly into the end zone, but it didn't. It almost stopped on a dime, like on the 2-yard line. The downman, the kickoff return man, kind of thought he was going to kick up and bounce to him, but it didn't. He ended up having to lean over and get it. So started here on the 17-yard line for the Lancers.
So first down, we talked about Jack Reeves, their quarterback, who they rely a lot on. They normally go with sort of a triple back set. This is kind of an odd formation for them, but sort of that bull formation that you saw for a long time. And off the opening play, they give it a nice penetration. The give was to Vanis.
And Josh Galbraith gets through there.
Yeah, big hit. It's a loss on the play. They might have given him back to the original line of scrimmage. So let's call it 2nd down and 10.
Oh, and there is an injured Lancer on the field, as it looks like they're going to take a quick little timeout here to take care of that player. As Josh Galbraith able just to shoot through there, saw a gap and just took it. And as he went through and just stopped that rusher right away. And they are going to give him, well, it looks like they might give him a centimeter or two. But, boy, it sure did look great play there by Josh, able to get through that line and make that stop.
So, injured player on the field that they are looking to. It was the ball carrier. It's the lineman. Yeah, it looks like it might be their center or their guard.
I think it's
Ozcan. Yeah, Ozcan, the right guard who played yesterday.
And Ozcan, (6'1", 265 pounds, so pretty big boy. He's a senior, but he is up and going out under his own power. So maybe that was a cramp situation there, Joel, as we talked about a little bit before the game. As everybody comes out now, 2nd down and 10 now for the Lancers. 7:26 left in this first quarter. Lions lead it 7-0 early on here in this contest.
So this will be a 2nd down and long play. Reeves under center. Again with the triple running back situation, and they will give it up the middle to the fullback through. That was Eakes, and he was able to at least get positive yardage across the 20 to about the 24. It's going to set up a 3rd down and about 4 from there.
Yeah, and that was a lot better run than it looked like. I mean, he was in traffic the whole time, but able to scoot through. I couldn't actually follow him to see exactly where and how he was going, but he was able to get through there and get 6 yards there for the Lancers. 3rd down and 4 to go.
On the quick snap, it is a keeper from Reeves. He's going to get a 1st down and much, much more as he got across left tackle and all the way across the 40 to the 41. Actually, they're only going to give him the 40, but plenty enough to move the chains. And we talked about how dangerous Reeves is as a running quarterback with nearly 300 yards of offense on the ground. He also had about 72 in the air as well.
Yeah, and you saw it right there, and I think the Lions were thinking they were going to be able to stop him there at the line, but they really weren't. He was able to make a move right before the line and able to get through and up there for bring home the 1st down for the Lancers.
Coming out with a little bit of pace here. One wide out on the left side, and it is going to be a give. And hit and tackled around the 45. That would be Kettler.
And Truman Julesgard was around the play, and I believe it was credit. I'm trying to think here. Might be Caleb Wingard. Credit Caleb Wingard there for coming up and making that tackle.
Pickup of 5.5 or so. The 2nd in a long 4, short 5. So they've run like 5 plays and give it to a different player each time. Now this one again, the fullback up the middle. This one is Eakes again, and he will get a 1st down across midfield and into Lion territory. And they'll mark him down at the Lawrence High 47.
Yeah, so in Lion territory here for the first time tonight. And the interesting thing about the Lancers, Joel, as I'm seeing, is like their deception in the backfield is very, very good. You don't quite know, and maybe that comes from being under center. You're not sure where that ball ends up. And there were multiple men there that I saw that could have had the ball for the Lancers, and it ended up being Eakes.
On the 1st down play, they will give it again to Kettler, and that time pretty good pursuit. Still gain of about 4 yards, but coming around the end was Jaden Harrell.
Yeah, and again, it took a couple different misdirections before Kettler came to pick up the ball and come in here around the near side and able to make those 4 yards.
So 2nd down and 6. Ball's on the 43-yard line of the Lions, who lead it 7-0. We're about 2/3 of the way through the period. This is going to be Reeves with the keeper, and once again, when he has kept the ball, he has made the big gains. That one goes for just shy of 15 yards out to there is a flag down at the very end of the play, down to the 29. Where the flag is sometimes in face mask territory, but it also can be in holding territory downfield. It was right near the end of the run, so we'll wait for the indication from the official as to exactly what kind of a penalty we have. It is an offensive holding penalty. So this is going to keep the play at second down, because although the original run would have been enough for a first down, the penalty brings it back behind the yard to gain. So the ball's at the 41. They need to get to the 37, so it's going to be a second down now and 4.
So the net gain of 2, even with the
penalty.
With the penalty.
So clock running, 4 minutes left to go here in this first quarter. Reeves under center, and they'll give it straight up the middle. Breaking a tackle and getting into that second level was the fullback, Davis Eakes.
And those plays are just developing so quick. Eakes was right up there, it seemed like just less than a second after he got that ball, did Reeves, and then just quickly handed it off right away to him. And he's been faking with him and then twisting around. He's been taking himself or going for Kettler as the third option there, but that time was the first option, and it was a boom, boom, boom play for the Lancers.
So under center, Reeves, this time he's going to keep it, got around the left side, and he was knocked out of bounds. That was his worst run of the day for about 4 yards. Looks like they'll mark him out of bounds at the 26. It'll be second down, and let's call it 6 from there, really 7.
And that actually stops the clock with 3:20 to go here in the first quarter.
So I was going to say that this formation they use is a really tight formation. So you have 2 running backs. They're right off of the offensive line on either side of the 2 tackles. And then you have a fullback behind. But that fullback is not like way back in running back position. He's more or less 2 steps behind the quarterback. That's not their standard. This is a slightly modified formation, and they will give it to that sort of tailback this time, and gets around right side. That's Kettler, and he will be good to the 21 and set up a third down and short, third and about 2.
And brought down there by Jules Guard, as Jules Guard met him at the line and was able to bring him down pretty quickly.
Of course, want to remind everybody that with the Lions touchdown a little bit earlier, that's another free pancake you score at your Lawrence IHOP. 1 free pancake tonight so far at your Lawrence IHOP 31st and Iowa. On the third down play, it's Reeves keeping it. Gets around right tackle. He'll get a first down. Forced out of bounds that he gets inside the red zone down around the 13-yard line or so. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lancers from there, trying to answer the Lions' opening drive touchdown with an opening drive of their own.
And it seemed like some very timid tackling there for the Lions. It just didn't seem like they were going after Reeves with a vengeance to try to get him down.
So first down. Again, the ball about the 13, and it is a keeper again from Reeves. He will get near the 5, inside the 10. I think they're going to mark him down at the 6. It'll be a gain of maybe 6 or so yards. It'll be second down and 4 from there.
Ball on the 12-yard, 11-yard line.
That's the 6.
The 6-yard line.
They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. Reeves under center. He's got sort of split backs behind him. He's going to keep it on the play action, and he rolls toward the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown for the Lancers. Jack Reeves keeps it himself, and with 1:25 left to go here in the first quarter, the Lancers can tie it up with an extra point.
And nothing fancy about that one there, Joel. Just kind of, it's a power run, and Reeves did what he needed to do to get in the end zone.
As we talked about before, this has pretty much been the MO for this Lancers team, is they have had a hard time stopping anybody, but they have managed to score a lot of points themselves. Once again, this is Peter Lobick, a left-footed kicker, trying to tie the game up. Snap back, ball down, and boy, he kind of lifted it up right at the last second, but he kicks it through.
Kind of a bad snap.
Yeah, it was a weird-looking situation, but he made it work. So 1:25 left to go here in the first quarter. We are all knotted up at 7. We'll be back with the kickoff coming up right after this on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
At Sigler Pharmacy, your hometown pharmacy strives to make your experience as smooth and simple as possible. Sigler has a wide range of high-quality products and services to meet all your healthcare needs. Ask questions, find the right medical supplies, pick up an over-the-counter product, and of course, fill your prescriptions. Sigler has you covered. Call, click, or stop by any of Sigler's convenient locations to see how Sigler can take care of you. SiglerPharmacy.com. SiglerPharmacy.com.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back into here, Lawrence High School. Joel Becker and Matt Llewellyn. 7-7, 1:25 left to go, first quarter of play. Both teams scoring touchdowns on their opening drives, so we've only had 2 drives and played nearly the entire first quarter. It is a squib kick up the middle, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 29-yard line, so the Lions should get pretty good field position. I believe they get it at the 35. Well, they could technically take the 5-yard penalty and make them kick it again. Generally, they don't do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
So they'll put the ball down at the 35-yard line. And looks like we'll see Joey Dooley and company. Like I said, they were able to move down the field and get themselves a touchdown the first time around. And now they're moving the ball back to the 29-yard line. Why are they? The only thing I can think of is maybe one of the Lions touched. Did they say one of the Lions touched the football? It must have. That's the only way that could be. The ball could be at the 29. Still not bad field position. Trips on the left side. Back to throw Dooley. He was looking. That wasn't open, so he's going to pull it down, keep it himself. Cross the 35, goes down at about the 36, 37. It'll be a pickup of 6-7 yards, almost 8. They do give him 37, so it's a 8-yard pickup, second down and 2.
And Joey he had a Grand Canyon size hole there, and then at the end he hesitated. He wasn't thinking, hey, am I going to slide or am I going to just go for it? He ended up kind of sliding, but basically just went down.
Trips on the right side this time. Dooley will give it to Edwards, trying to get around the edge. Does. He got much farther than that, but he only needed 2 for a first down. Got about 4 up to the 41. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions. And once again, Lawrence able to move the football, at least to start off things here in this second drive with about a half a minute left to go in the first quarter.
And we're going for 5 pancakes tonight, Joel. Let's see here. Clock ticking down at 30 seconds, and game clock about 22.
Yeah, they'll have to run out another play.
Here we go.
Trips on the left. Back to throw is Dooley. He pulls it down, throws it, and it is incomplete, almost intercepted. He was looking for Curry, missed him, and almost threw it right to Truxies, who's one of their defensive backs, kind of playing center field, and that's probably why he's not a receiver.
Probably so, because Truxies had the ball in his hands. I mean, could not have been a better opportunity for Shawnee Mission East to take over that ball.
It does stop the clock on the incomplete pass with 15.7 seconds left to go in the first quarter, so we'll see another play. 2nd down and 10. That one was just Joey Dooley missing. I mean,
yeah, nothing about Curry dropping the ball.
So they'll go one wide out. Now a man in motion, and it is going to be a keeper. Dooley off right tackle. He breaks one tackle, and gets all the way up ahead to the 48-yard line. They'll still be about 3 yards shy of a first down. It'll be a 3rd down and 3 when we come back in the second quarter of play. Well, this is what the referees like when the quarter ends and the ball's on the 48-yard line, because all they got to do is move 4 yards
there you go.
Put it down for the other side. We're going to take a break, though. 7-7 our score, each team with a one-drive touchdown, but the Lions will have the ball 3rd down and short when we come back here on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
30 years ago, I worked for my dad detailing Peterbilts. I'm Aaron Rao. That's where it all started. I learned about being honest and treating people right. These are the values we continue at Bobside Auto. After 25 years of matching people to their next car or truck, I know the best business is built on trust. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Honda, new or trust-certified car or service, at Bobside Auto, trust is our tradition. 2851 South Iowa or online at bobsitecdjr.com.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Back live at Lawrence High School, Joel Becker, Matt Llewellyn. It's the Lawrence High Chesty Lions taking on the Shawnee Mission East Lancers tonight on their homecoming night. Each team in the first quarter getting themselves a drive ending in a touchdown. It's the second drive of the game for the Lions. They have the ball 3rd down and 3. Ball's on the 48. They need the 49 of the Lancers, and it's a give to Edwards, and he makes a sidestep, gets a first down and more. Across midfield down to the 45-yard line. He needed 3, got it 8. And a good run by Taj Edwards. A nice little sidestep there to get himself an open hole.
Yeah, he got it and was able to power through from there. So 8 yards for Taj Edwards there on the first down into Lancer territory.
So 1st and 10 for the Chesty Lions from the Lancer 45. Shotgun formation. Dooley rolls to his left side. He's looking. He will throw. Launches one down the field. Incomplete. He was looking for his Curry. I was not sure if it was going to be Curry or McGee, but it was Curry. And just missed him a little bit.
And just missed him. It was a long throw, about 30 yards in the air.
On the run.
On the run, and just a tad bit overthrown.
So 2nd down and 10. Ball on the right hash mark on the 45-yard line. Shotgun formation, Edwards to the left. This is an option play. They'll toss it to Edwards, trying to get around the left side. Breaks one tackle, gets inside the 40, pushing forward. Finally knocked out of bounds at the 37-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and about 2 from there.
And you love that power by Edwards. He was able to gain about 4 yards without having to do much. But then they just jumped on him, and he pulled the tacklers another 4 yards easy. So nice little pickup there for Taj Edwards.
So 3rd down and short, probably in 4-down territory here. They go pistol formation, 2 tight ends and 2 wideouts on either side. Quick snap, give it to Edwards. He's going to get swarmed under, and unfortunately nowhere to go for him this time. He's going to lose some yards back to the 40, and it'll set up a 4th down and 5.
Yeah, and that was a no-win situation.
There is a Lancer down, so we're going to have an injury timeout here over near the far sideline. And that, unfortunately, Edwards was trying to be patient and waiting for a hole to open up. He might have been better off, because you talked about how strong he is in terms of being able to move forwards, but you can't do that when you're just standing there. And he, by the time the line moved up to him, he was, if anything, almost moving backwards. Had he been going forward, just getting what he could, he probably would have gotten it back to the line of scrimmage, perhaps.
Yeah, and that was, those were big linemen who tackled him. I did not see the numbers, but I saw
it was the front.
The size difference was quite big. And the injured players up off the field.
One of those big men you were talking about, actually. Young men, boys, I don't know what to call them.
Young men. Somebody that size, that's a man there.
That's Elijah Wilson, 6 foot, 280-pound senior for the Lancers. So it's 4th down and 5. Told you they were probably in 4-down territory, and they apparently are. And we've got a man going in motion early. Unfortunately, one of the receivers might have been Becker, or might have been, I'm not sure which one. It was the one on the far side. And he left just a hair early prior to the snap. And so that's going to turn a 4th and 5 into a 4th and 10. And I tell you what, I would at this point think about punting the ball, and it looks like that's what they're going to do. You know, when it was 3rd and 2, you figured that, well, if it's 4th and 2, they're probably going to go for it, even at 4th and 5. But now, with a 10-yard, you kind of play field position. I hope that's not a mistake, though, because the Lancers were tough to stop on their first drive. And this could be a game that comes down to only 1 or 2 defensive stops. Krieger is a tough snap. He gets the punt off, and it's going to take a great Lawrence high bounce. Can they stop it before he gets into the end zone?
Oh.
No. He needed to knock the ball backwards, but he didn't. He actually caught it and went into the end zone for the touchdown. I touched it. The officials are talking about this, but I imagine this is going to be a touchback. They haven't made the official indication.
Yeah, but there's,
yeah, there it is. So it is a touchback. Boy, it was close though. I mean, if instead of grabbing the ball, he'd have just slapped it backwards.
Slapped it down. JJ had, and I didn't see but JJ got to the ball, but he picked it up instead of slapping it back down.
Yeah, he actually just recovered it, so to speak.
Right.
But his own momentum took him into the end zone. Once you break the plane, it's a touchback. So Jack Reeves and company comes back out. Again, the Chesty Lions had a hard time stopping this Lancer offense the first time around. 9:50 left to go here in the second quarter. And they get the ball for the second time. This time they stack it on the left side. It's a give, Ketterling, and he's got a big amount of running room off right tackle. Gets across the 40, down to about the 42-yard line. As Gus Kettler, had a big hole there on the right side off right tackle.
And I don't know if, the Lancers don't have to punt a lot. And
I don't even know who their punter is.
And that will say a lot. When they have the ball, they're going to do something.
So
and a lot of times it's not punting.
Play clock down to about 15 as they come to the line. Under center, stacked on the left side are the running backs. Reeves on a long count will give it. Again, going off the right side. Spun down is Vanis. Or Van Ice, I don't know. V-A-N-I-S-I-C-E. The sounded like the PA guy called him Van Ice. Maybe it is, I don't know. 2nd down and 7. Ball's at the 45-yard line of the Lancers. They need to get to the Lions 48. Clock running with 8:35 left to go here in the second quarter. Game tied at 7. One man out wide on the left side. They haven't thrown too many passes, if at all. Reeves keeps it himself off left tackle. He's able to make a couple of men miss, and he's tripped up. Good play by Ethan Curry to save even a longer run. But that is a pickup of, 12 or so on 2nd and 8. No, more than that. Now, there are flags on the field. There's actually a couple of yellow flags down all the way back at the 46, so this may be coming back. Holding is the call against the Lancers. And I tell you what, that I was going to mention this earlier, is that when you have a team that is moving the ball like Shawnee Mission East is, that's one of the best ways to kill a drive, is when you get these sorts of holding calls. Now, they had one earlier, but it was on a 15-yard run, and it actually allowed them to get 2 extra yards.
Right. And an extra down.
Yeah, this time they're 2nd down and long. Now,
that's the thing that, Reeves can throw the ball. They just don't do it much.
Reeves is keeping it off left tackle, went to the short side. He goes down the sideline but runs out of bounds as he gets up near the 45. They're going to give him the 44, it looks like. So it'll be 3rd down and long, 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, it looks like 3rd down and 8. And here's where they just can't get complacent. And this crowd, I'm surprised that this crowd is not up and trying to cheer, and they might be doing it right now as the PA announcers trying to get them to make some noise here for the Lions and get that team fired up.
The homecoming crowd.
Yes, here's some noise.
They've got 2 receivers out to the right side. We'll see if they try and run it here or what. And back to throw is Reeves, rolling to the right side, being chased. Throw in. He has got a man. It is caught, and it is going to be for a first down at around the 48-yard line. He sent it to one of his running backs, Van Ice, and that will be good enough to move the chains. 1st and 10 for the Lancers at the Lion 48, maybe the 47.
Yeah, and Adric Webb was there and able to make the stop as soon as he caught that ball, but he was just past the yard marker for the first down. So a nice stop there by Adric, but not enough.
Sophomore, 5'10", 170 is what he's listed. He looks taller than that to me. Maybe he's had a growth spurt since the roster came out. On first down, it is a give up the middle of the fullback on a dive. He is able to push the pile forward across the 45 to about the 42. That would be Eakes again on the carry.
And again, it was just these plays that there are 3 different options, and that one was the first one.
Yeah.
And they're really good at faking.
They are, and the thing is that one of the things they're also good at is spreading the ball around. If you've noticed that, they are most successful when Reeves keeps it himself, but they've been able to, basically get 4 or 5 different running backs involved, including the quarterback. On second down, it's going to be a keeper. Reeves, he'll get the first down. Nice tackle on the play. Galbraith was able to upend him as he gets to the 35, but still good enough to move the chains. They mark the ball down to the 34. 1st and 10 for the Lancers. And so despite the earlier penalty, this Lancer drive continues on. Clock running with 6:50 left to go in the second quarter.
And Reeves listed at 6 foot, 190, but he sure does seem a lot bigger than that.
Yeah, he runs both fast and powerful, and elusively as well.
Yes.
Those are all bad combinations for a defense.
Yes.
So they'll go with split backs behind Reeves this time, and it'll be a give. Kettler, and he will go off right tackle inside the 30 down to about the 27. It'll set up a second down and short, second and about maybe 7. I'm sorry, second and 3. The gain of 7. Lots of runs in this game.
Yep, clock is running under 5:50 right now in this first half. Only 39 minutes past 7 o'clock.
Reeves under center. He'll take it himself along left tackle, breaks through a hole, gets inside the 20. Down to about the 18, plenty enough to move the chains on 2nd and 3. He got about, 7. Down to the 19, 1st and 10 for the Lancers. And so far, the Lions defense have not been able to come up with an answer for this running attack.
Not at all. And Reeves, it just seems like every time he gets the ball, he can gain 5 yards if he wants.
Yeah. Well, like I said, he's got a great burst.
Yep.
He's got good speed, but he also runs powerfully, and he's elusive. He's hard to just get a clean shot at. Split backs behind him again. He will give up the middle, and this time it was Van Ice. That seems to be what they're going with. And only maybe a half a yard or so on the play.
Yeah, Will Grimes and company able to, I don't know who they're going to officially give the tackle to, but very nice effort there by the Lions, able to read that one and stop it before it even got going.
Coming up on 4.5 minutes left to go in the half. Second down and 10, so no gain on the play.
And they're definitely taking their time.
Yeah, they hang out in the huddle. looking for a play, get it and come to the line. There's 7 seconds left on the play clock. Under center is Reeves. Takes the snap, rolls right side. He's going to keep it, gets around the right side, cuts inside, and down around the 10-yard line. He was hit and tackled. Close to a first down. It's going to be second down and very short. Maybe a yard, probably less than that. As Reeves, again, it was just kind of a zone read as he went around to the right side, waited to find whatever hole he decided to go through, and went through it.
And that was the shiftiness of his run, because I didn't see anything there, but he did, and he just made the cut right at the right time and able to pick up 9 yards.
I am seeing some Chesty Lions out there with their arms on their hips, which is sometimes a sign of fatigue. Third down and 1. It's a give up the middle, and enough for a first down, first and goal. It will be Eakes on the carry. Probably good for about 3 or so. And he'll set up a first and goal for the Lancers on the 8. Now we'll call it the 7. Clock still running, coming up on 3 minutes left to go.
And they are using as much of the clock as they can.
Well, again, when your defense is tending to give up a lot of points, which the Lancers defense has, that's the way you like to play it. Standard formation this time. Under center is Reeves. On a long count, man in motion. He will roll to his left side, looking possibly to throw. Inside, he's going to run it. He is hit at the 2, pushes forward, touchdown. Boy, he got popped at about the 2-yard line, but came right off of it and still got himself into the end zone. Lancer touchdown with 2:35 left to go in the first half, and they will take their first lead of the game, 13-7, with the extra point to come. Did you see who delivered that hit? It looked like a Galbraith hit, but usually people don't bounce off of his hits.
Well, so believe it or not, I think it was Krager who delivered the hit.
Could be,
because he was out there, and he's now off the field, and there's a flag on the field now.
And so this kick probably is not going to count. It was actually an encroachment penalty on the Lions. So it's funny because, yeah, the Lancers actually were moving backwards, but this is going to put it on the 1 1/4 yard line. And presumably they're just going to kick it again, although you never know. Sometimes when you get that kind of a situation, you're willing to go for 2. Doesn't look like it, though. So,
as
Peter Hlobick,
their pink-footed kicker.
Left-footed kicker. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month this month.
Yes.
I don't know if that has anything to do with anything. Some just closer in. The snapback ball down, kick up, high, long, and it is good. 2:35 left to go in the second quarter of play. The Lancers have taken the lead, 14-7 our score with 14 unanswered points. We'll see what the Lions can do on this kickoff when we come back here on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
At Lawrence's Prairie Moon Waldorf School, discover the true value of education. Our unique approach nurtures the head, heart, and hands, fostering creativity, critical thinking, and practical skills. By understanding the developmental phases of childhood, we offer a comprehensive curriculum that includes music, dance, theater, and more. These experiences help students develop intellectually, emotionally, and physically, preparing them to confidently pursue their paths. Enroll at the Prairie Moon Waldorf School in Lawrence and invest in a holistic education for your child's future.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back out to Lawrence High School. Joel Becker and Matt Llewellyn. And Matt, one of the things you were saying when we were on Rock Chalk Sports Talk earlier on today was that this Lawrence High team couldn't afford to make the mistakes. And that last drive, which was at 3rd down and 2, we had 3 straight plays that ended up being mistakes, including a couple, a penalty and a lost yard, and so then they end up punting it away. And we'll see if that ends up coming back to bite them. Kickoffs have been a bit of a adventure. This one's going to come down about the 25, caught by an up man.
Becker.
And it's Jackson Becker. He breaks the tackle, and he was tripped up as he got across midfield down to about the 45-yard line. But Jackson Becker, playing in an up man position, knowing that they haven't been kicking it deep, was able to put forth a pretty good return and great field position for the Chesty Lions with only 2.5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. They gave them all the way to the 44 of the Lancers, and we'll see what they can do. Now, the thing about the Lions in this situation is you can't get yourself into any kind of a panic mode, because right now, if you could go down and get the tying score, you get the ball coming out of halftime, you really aren't in a bad position at all.
No.
Or we
got it.
Oh, that's right. That's true. Okay, so Dooley will toss it out on the far side to Curry. Makes the catch and gets out of bounds around the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. But still, if you can tie it up, they'll get the ball. But at the same time, it's still a one-score game.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, you definitely want to get down there and get the touchdown.
But stay in your game. Don't try and get out of it.
Absolutely. But their game is they run, they pass. Lawrence High does everything.
Yeah, very balanced attack. Dooley from the shotgun trips on the right side. He will toss it again to Curry on the wide receiver screen. He was hit and tackled short of the first down. Got out to the 35-yard line, needed the 34, so it'll be a 3rd down and 1. It's a long one, as the ball is a little shy of the 35-yard line. 2 minutes and counting. Both teams have all 3 timeouts, so there's not really any rush here. Dooley seems to be a little confused looking over at the sideline. Tell you what, on 3rd and 2, if they don't think that he knows what play this is, I would not have any problem with burning a timeout here. But they come up to center. Man in motion is Curry, and it's a snap, and it is a give to Curry. He was able to get around one man. He'll get that 1st down and just a little bit more. Coming off the end was Quentin Oaks, and Curry just able to get her out of the reach of the big paw.
An outstanding run by Curry. I mean, that was absolutely a wonderful run. He was able to get away from the defender in the backfield and then scamper upfield. Oh, hold on now.
We got a face mask also called, so we're going to add yardage to this. So he was down at the 31, but then tack on another 15 yards all the way to the 16. And it'll be 1st down. Actually, the 15, they're giving it to him. So it'll be 1st down and 10 from there. Clock is running with 1:26 left to go in the first half. Again, both teams have all 3 timeouts. You got twins on either side this time. Edwards in the backfield from the shotgun back to throw is Dooley. He'll step up, throw, and it's in. Oh, incomplete, almost intercepted. In and out of the hands of Vince Kopp, who was just right there. Had it in again. That's why he's not a receiver.
He saw daylight, and he was thinking visions of grandeur there. Bill Freeman would say.
He literally might have had a 100-yard
visions of grandeur
had he actually caught it.
It does not get any easier than that for an interception, and Joey Dooley can thank his lucky stars there, because that could have very easily been a 100-yard.
Pick six.
Pick six.
It could have, but as it turns out, it's just an incomplete pass, and the Lions have a new life. 1:09 left to go. This time there are wing backs, twins on the right side, Edwards in motion. They look to him. Now it's Dooley keeping it. He'll get hit and tackled around the 10 with a minute left to go in the second quarter.
Give Joey Dooley.
And there's going to be a timeout called. 3rd down and 5 coming up. I don't know if that was designed to be a quarterback draw or if he just looked toward Edwards and said, this play ain't happening, I'm going to keep it myself. I think it's the latter, that he just saw that the coverage was there on Edwards and thought he'd just get what he could himself and did a good job.
He did, and he had options, and his option was the much better play on that. So timeout on the field. 58.5 seconds left to go in this first half as Lions try to tie it back up.
So just for folks listening in, well, this game is 50 minutes old right now. We're almost at the end of the first half. But at halftime, you're hoping that you'll get yourself a couple of guests, maybe from the class of 85. Maybe.
I've got some 85 folks here.
So that's something to look forward to during halftime. I wonder if it's a 20-minute halftime because of the homecoming. I know sometimes they do that to announce the court and all that other stuff. So you may have some extra time to talk.
Okay.
We shall see.
Well, it's no problem for me talking about Lawrence High football.
I was just going to say, we got a bunch formation on the left side with trips. Dooley looking that direction. Now he's going to pull it down, come up the middle. He's hit and was able to fall forward down to about the 8-yard line. Needs the 5. It's going to be a 4th down, and there's going to be a timeout call. I'm not sure who called the timeout. It's the Lawrence High that called it. They didn't really need to. That's actually an interesting situation because, with 47, but they may have called it because they want to figure out what they want to do here. Because, you obviously could try and kick a field goal, but with the way the Lancer offense has been moving, I'm not so sure that I wouldn't be going for 7s and not 3s.
Yeah, I don't think you want to trade a field goal for a touchdown, and there's a lot of time left on the clock. I would hate to.
So far, there's only been one play I can think of in this whole first half where it was a 3rd or 4th and short, and the Lancers defense came up with the stop. And that was, the last drive when the give was to Edwards on 3rd and 2, and they did have it covered pretty well. But previous to that, they've been able to get these short yardage situations just by handing it off. I don't know what they'll do here. Dooley's been effective to run it as well. They come out. You've got Trips on the left, one man on the right, Edwards to the right of Dooley in the shotgun. They snap it. They look, throw, and it's a slant pass. It's caught. It is short of a first down. It's going to be a 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. Jackson Becker on the catch.
But great job.
A little bit gimpy as he comes up, by the way.
Great job by Becker to catch that football and just take it up and get as many yards as he possibly can. So 1st and goal from the 2-yard line.
If that. And from the pistol, they give it to Edwards up the middle, end zone, touchdown. Touchdown Lions, Taj Edwards from barely 2 yards out. And with 27.2 seconds left to go in the first half, the Lions can tie it up with an extra point.
And that was what you probably assumed we were going to do because we had 3 shots to do that from that yard line, and you would think that between Edwards and Dooley, they're going to get it in there.
I am a little concerned about Jackson Becker. He is obviously in some pain with his knee. He seems to be having trouble trying to get down there to hold this, and he's the holder and backup quarterback. Came up gimpy after the slant catch. Snap back, ball down, kick up, and it is good. A bit of a line drive kick, but he got it above the crossbar. 27.2 seconds left to go, and the Lions have tied it up. 14-all is our score. We'll have the kick up for you. Kickoff coming up after this on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
As a high school athlete, I suffered injuries that I was told would make it impossible to continue to play. My dad took me to see a chiropractor, and the pain went, the injury healed, and I was back on the field. I'm Dr. Scott Risley, and that experience changed my life. My passion is to help others. That's what we do at Risley Chiropractic, providing the highest quality, compassionate, and gentle chiropractic care. Feel better, play better, live better. Risley Chiropractic, 785-856-6030.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
We are back live here at Lawrence High School. Joel Becker and Matt Llewellyn. It is the Lions from Lawrence High and the Shawnee Mission East Lancers all knotted up at 14 apiece. A good-looking drive that time by the Lions after they were stopped once. Kind of on their own, really. But moving down the field in about 2 minutes and putting it into the end zone. Now there is 27.2 seconds showing on the clock. The Lancers have not really shown to be normally a quick strike team, although every once in a while they'll get long runs. Krieger with the ball, teed up in the middle of the field on the 40-yard line. We'll see if he kicks it deep or what. He will squib it down the middle of the field. It is taken at the 10-yard line, up the right hash mark, and out to the 20-yard line and knocked out of bounds, maybe the 22. It was Max Sullivan on the return. And so we'll see whether or not the Lancers, who know they are going to get the ball coming out of the halftime break, just how aggressive they are here. I mean, obviously, we've talked about the fact they are capable of throwing the ball, but at the same time,
yeah, they don't want to risk. They don't want to
right.
risk going down a touchdown. So, and that's a very possible thing in high school football.
Well, I mean, heck, we saw Joey Dooley. He has thrown 2 balls straight to defenders that have not been caught.
Yes, and I would say at this point that the Lions are very fortunate that we are in the position we're at right now.
Want to mention with that touchdown, you score another free pancake at your Lawrence IHOP. That brings our total up to 2 free pancakes tonight, only at IHOP 31st and Iowa. Under center Reeves. Standard formation, and it is going to be a give up the middle, big hole, and it's Reeves carrying it himself down the far sideline, 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Touchdown, 80 yards for Jack Reeves. I thought he gave it, but actually he kept it himself right up the middle between the tackles and practically untouched all the way to the house.
I mean, that is what that's the nightmare there.
Yeah.
And really they had an opportunity to stop him at the line, but they've had a lot of opportunities to stop Jack Reeves at the line, and it hasn't been able to happen so far tonight, as the Lancers have scored on every one of their possessions.
Took them
10
about
seconds.
The clock was at 27. Because they did have that run back too. Yeah.
So like 20.9.
So yeah, a little over 10 seconds. Extra point, and the kick is up, and
no good. I don't think
it is no good.
Yeah,
missed it to the right side. So, well, first break of the game that time for the Lions, but with 8.9 showing on the clock, now all of a sudden the Lions are down a touchdown, and looking at possibly going down by 2 scores when they get the ball in the second half. But there's still 9 seconds left. We'll see what happens.
I think we could go up by 1 point here.
Of course you do. We'll find out when we come back here on KLWN. Depend on it.
In the heart of Lawrence, Kansas, off 6th and Castle, there's a place that's more than just a wash and lube. It's where Don Greenfield, local business owner, proud father, and husband to a longtime teacher, has been serving our community since 2005. Westridge Auto Wash and Lube is a proud supporter of high school sports in Lawrence, locally owned and operated by trained technicians. Fast, reliable, trusted. Because here, you're not just a customer, you're family. Visit Westridge Auto Wash and Lube right off 6th and Castle in Lawrence, where Lawrence comes to shine.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back out to Lawrence High School. Joel Becker, Matt Llewellyn. 8.9 seconds left to go in the half. 20-14 our score. Lancers on top of the Lions, but I guess if Shawnee Mission East can do it, so can Lawrence High, right?
Yeah, but I'd feel a lot better if we did it right here.
Well, maybe Jackson Becker can go one better. I don't know if he's out on the field.
He is.
Okay, yeah, he tweaked his knee earlier, but yeah, I can see him now too. He's at one of the up men. I'm curious to know if they'll kick it away from him or not this time. Left-footed kicker, and no, they kick it right toward his general vicinity, but it was taken by an up man. And once again from the 45, now up near midfield. And it was Turner Julesgaard who had the return. Able to push forward up near midfield, 48-yard line of the Lions. The clock is down at 3.1 seconds, so they really only have one shot at this.
And I would say at this point you do exactly try to do exactly what
they did.
They did, and keep it in the hands of Joey Dooley and let him
he could
see if he can't do some magic.
It wouldn't hurt to just
chuck one up.
Yeah, why not?
48-yard line of the Lions.
Yeah. So It's Jackson Becker in the slot on the right side. Curry's up top, and McGee is wide out to the right side. And now we're going to get the final timeout by Lawrence High. You might as well. You don't get any credit for taking it with you to the locker room, so
there you go.
They'll decide what they want to do here. I guess they were probably looking to see whether or not the Lancers are going to play some sort of a center field type prevent situation. So do you know specifically, you want to tell anybody what you got coming up at halftime?
Oh, my, yeah. I've got 3 members of the I'm going to call it the 1984 state championship team.
Yeah, and they may be class of 85, but they're still on that team.
Right, and so I kind of can take a little credit for it since I'm the class of 84. But
sure.
But I obviously went to high school with all these guys and went to Central Junior High School with 2 of them. So I'm excited to have some members of that team here with us today.
All righty. All right, Twins on either side this time. Edwards in the backfield, shotgun formation. They are playing a bit of a prevent. Back to throw is Dooley. He'll heave one down on the near side, and it is incomplete, in and out of the hands of McGee. It literally hit him in the hands. Now, he wouldn't have gotten a touchdown out of it anyway if he'd caught it.
It was just a little bit out of bounds. Right. If it was inbounds a little bit more, that had a possibility, but
unfortunately, that's going to do it for the first half of play, and when all was said and done, the Lancers end up on top, 20-14, our score at halftime. It's a game where the Lions were originally on top. They got the opening kickoff and took it out for a touchdown, gave up 14 unanswered, then came back to tie it, but gave up a 80-yard run from Jack Reeves right at the end of the half to fall behind, as it turns out 20-14. Halftime show coming up after this right here on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
At Sigler Pharmacy, your hometown pharmacy strives to make your experience as smooth and simple as possible. Sigler has a wide range of high-quality products and services to meet all your healthcare needs. Ask questions, find the right medical supplies, pick up an over-the-counter product, and of course, fill your prescriptions. Sigler has you covered. Call, click, or stop by any of Sigler's convenient locations to see how Sigler can take care of you. SiglerPharmacy.com. SiglerPharmacy.com.
30 years ago, I worked for my dad detailing Peterbilts. I'm Aaron Rao. That's where it all started. I learned about being honest and treating people right. These are the values we continue at Bobside Auto. After 25 years of matching people to their next car or truck, I know the best business is built on trust. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Honda, new or trust certified car or service, at Bobside Auto, trust is our tradition. 2851 South Iowa, or online at bobsitecdjr.com.
At Lawrence's Prairie Moon Waldorf School, discover the true value of education. Our unique approach nurtures the head, heart, and hands, fostering creativity, critical thinking, and practical skills. By understanding the developmental phases of childhood, we offer a comprehensive curriculum that includes music, dance, theater, and more. These experiences help students develop intellectually, emotionally, and physically, preparing them to confidently pursue their paths. Enroll at the Prairie Moon Waldorf School in Lawrence and invest in a holistic education for your child's future.
In the heart of Lawrence, Kansas, off 6th and Castle, there's a place that's more than just a wash and lube. It's where Don Greenfield, local business owner, proud father, and husband to a longtime teacher, has been serving our community since 2005. Westridge Auto Wash and Lube is a proud supporter of high school sports in Lawrence, locally owned and operated by trained technicians. Fast, reliable, trusted. Because here, you're not just a customer, you're family. Visit Westridge Auto Wash and Lube right off 6th and Castle in Lawrence, where Lawrence comes to shine.
Hey, this is Rick. Johnny's Tavern, Lawrence's original sports bar, is proud to support amateur athletics. The culture, sportsmanship, teamwork, leadership, commitment, and life skills it helps develop are a big part of the benefits for all participants. Fans, players, referees, administrators all work together to accomplish goals. Johnny's is proud to be involved. If you're looking for another amateur sport, check out the Kansas University Rugby Club for a schedule.
As a high school athlete, I suffered injuries that I was told would make it impossible to continue to play. My dad took me to see a chiropractor, and the pain went, the injury healed, and I was back on the field. I'm Dr. Scott Risley, and that experience changed my life. My passion is to help others. That's what we do at Risley Chiropractic, providing the highest quality, compassionate, and gentle chiropractic care. Feel better, play better, live better. Risley Chiropractic, 785-856-6030.
1320 KLWN Lawrence and FM 1017 K269GP Lawrence. Depend on it.
Well, we're back here at Lawrence High School Stadium, and man, I'm here joined with Lawrence High School royalty, the 1984 state championship football team, or three members of that team: Wayne Thompson, Bill Miller, and Melvin Hunter. And I went to Central Junior High School with Wayne and Bill and Wayne and Melvin. And Bill, where'd you go to middle school?
I went to South.
South, okay. So here, Bill, get up here. I'm going to have you hold this thing here. Melvin, stay close because we're going to get you that too. But fellas, Wayne. So first of all, you're class of 1985, and you guys are here on a reunion. I dropped off some beer over there at Veterans Park. Did that go to some good use over there?
It looked like it was going really good use, so we thank you for that.
Okay, well, happy to do it. All my former Chesty Lions, I love you guys, but big group of people. There were probably about 25 when I was there. More people show up after I left.
Yeah, we're nearly got close to almost 100.
Nice. Okay, I expect to have empty kegs when I get back to my car later on. But yeah, so fellas, you guys are probably coming back. You've been back for some other reunions here at Lawrence High, right? Yeah, Bill?
I have. I had some kids play in Olathe schools, and I'd come back and see them play Lawrence High.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay. But so is this how many times have you guys all gotten together as a class?
This is my first.
This is my first. This is my first.
Okay. Okay. So it hasn't been a while. So it's great to have everybody here tonight and just see old faces. Melvin, I can't believe you didn't remember me. I'm a little hurt. Wayne remembered me, but come on, man. I
recall the face, but other times, the mind tends to drift a little bit.
Well, I was closer.
Now that we're chopping up a little bit more.
That's all right.
I got you.
I was closer with your brother Joe, and man, I just love Joe.
Absolutely.
I mean, he was so much fun, and we had such a great time at Central, and just always a good guy.
Shout out to the Mustangs.
Absolutely, Mustangs. And I know that you credit Wayne and Melvin. You got to credit Nanny Duver, Mr. Duver. Sorry, Mr. Duver.
Oh yeah.
Put some respect on his name.
Yes.
And I'm sure, Bill, you've got to credit Coach Wedd.
Yes, he was a tough man. It's about as tough as they get, but yeah, he made us grow up really fast.
Yeah, and just like Mr. Duver, man, we were scared to death of the man going in 7th grade. Yes. I assume the same way with Coach Wedd.
Absolutely.
But by 9th grade was over, man, you love the man.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And Coach Freeman was a lot alike too. He was tough, but you found a way to respect him at the end of the day, and he got us to win the whole damn thing. So
how about that? And so that's pretty cool. And what do you guys think of the stadium with all of the championships up there?
I grew up in Haskell Stadium.
Yeah.
And we just couldn't wait when we were in junior high to get to the stadium to wear the black helmet,
yep,
wear the red jersey in Haskell Stadium. But we're coming here right now, seeing these new upgrades. That is excellent. But I do miss the old school back at Haskell.
I miss Haskell too, and God willing, they'll get a football team back sometime. And wouldn't it be great to play a state championship game in Haskell Stadium? That's kind of what I've always thought. But it's got to be refurbished. We've got to put some money into it.
Yes.
But here for Lawrence High to see all those state championships listed, and there you guys are. So not the only one in the 80s, but the first one in the 80s.
We broke a drought there because there'd been a lot of teams that hadn't done it.
That's right.
And then it started a long, long streak.
Yeah, 84, and then 2 years after, skipped a year, then 86, 87, 89, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, and then 95 is our last one.
And they built a new school.
And then they had to build a new school, right. Well, that's another story.
Junior varsity squad here in Lawrence.
Yeah, that's right. The junior, that's right. And unfortunately, they pay. We joke around with them. They have to pay to get our guys over to that other field. They've figured out how to do high school NIL over there on the other side of town. But anyway, that's just my sour grapes. If God only knows how many we'd have if we were stayed together. Derby knows what that's all about, and they're trying to figure out a way to stay together down there. Yeah. But guys, tell me, let's go back to that. Let's go back to 1984 when you guys won it all. And
good example. When we were sophomores, Coach Freeman used to bring the varsity down to play the sophomores. Just a few plays. We beat the varsity when we were sophomores. Quarterback, wide receiver. Came to something that was going to come a little bit later on. When we
I think he knew we were going to be a special team.
Yep. And that third year when we were seniors, when you really think about it, we worked 3 years to get to that state championship game and win that up on the hill. So that was really something that just at that time when we were young made that whole year that we were seniors just something special. We just kept working and grinding. And we were all from different parts of town, all different junior highs, but we came together as one, wore that black helmet, and that was all we ever needed.
Yeah, let's see. And so the big name, the pro on your team, Keith DeLong, who ended up playing for the 49ers, didn't make it back this weekend, I guess.
He did not, no.
But give me some other names of people on that team that maybe we might recognize. Obviously, Keith went on to Tennessee and then played for the 49ers, and he's got at least one ring.
Yeah.
First year.
Yeah.
First year with Montana.
Yep.
Anyway, but Keith was great and a good guy too. And I mean, I remember all you guys. All you guys were good guys. It just seemed like, and being a Chesty Lion, it just meant a lot. And when you guys cracked that state championship, that was a big deal.
There's Reggie Demby. There was
Reggie Demby. That's right.
Melvin's brother Marvin.
There was Matt Senecal.
Matt Senecal, and I saw Matt Senecal down at Veterans Park.
David Petrie.
Chevelle Howard. Yeah.
It was just a lot of group. This is a fine group of guys. A fine group of guys. You know, we just a lot of no names, but we played for each other. We took pride. Mm-hmm. You know, we wasn't probably the most talented team, but we were.
Oh, you were talented. I'm sorry.
I think defensively we were the most talented team. I think we did. I think there were like 6 games shutouts.
Mm. And so did you go undefeated that year?
No, we lost to West, and then we beat them later in the playoffs.
Shawnee Mission West.
Yep.
Okay.
Our season changed because we were expecting, at least I was, to go undefeated. Our second game of the season up at Shawnee Mission South, rainy, muddy game. We lost West.
They beat us, and then we came back.
We lost 8-0.
Yeah.
And that was a turning point that we said no more. No more. We're not gonna lose anymore, and we're gonna shut everybody down. We didn't have the most prolific offense, but nobody gonna score on us either. So that really what set the tone that second game of the year. No nonsense.
You know, one story about that season when we played Olathe North on a Thursday night in a mud game over there. Mm-hmm. They stuck us in this little tin shack for a locker room. We started yelling and screaming at everybody, and we just looked at each other, not today, not today, not today. The coaches didn't even come in. But Eric Carpenter at that time needed like 11 yards for 1,000. He said, I'm going to get against Lawrence High. He didn't get it that night, and we ended up beating them. But that moment right there, we just screamed and yelled. We knew that we had something really going good.
I mean, Reggie was a great running back. I mean, he gained a lot of yards that year, didn't he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And about as strong a human being as you could ever find.
And who were your
at that age?
And who were? Oh, he was. I mean, he was just a beast.
Yeah.
He and Jan were built very similar,
Mm-hmm.
but
Reggie's just a little thicker.
Right. A little lower to the ground, a little thicker.
He had big legs. 48-inch vertical.
Earl Campbell.
Really?
Campbell legs, yeah.
Okay. So, who were some of your favorite targets, Bill? Well, what am I talking about? It was Bill Freeman.
Number 88.
Okay, Melvin Hunter.
He was 6 inches taller than anybody else. I just had to throw it up in the air.
Leave valve for him right there, absolutely.
Yeah, and you were how many inches taller are you than your brother? Your twin brother, Marvin.
Yeah, he's about 5'10", 5'11". So
is there? So, okay. Yeah, okay. But who was the better basketball player, you or Marvin?
Of course it's going to be me.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, I will. I got to throw you under the bus a little bit. So in my year, when I graduated '84, there was no question we were going to beat Wyandotte for the state championship. I'm sorry, Melvin, you remember, but man, I tell you that was brutal. Everybody thought Danny Manning was going to take the shot. Everybody on at Wyandotte at Allen Fieldhouse, and and Danny was the decoy.
Yeah.
And
Well,
everybody.
We had a great year that year. I think we went 22-2, best.
Yeah, both.
Lawrence High at that time, but the best team doesn't always win. You know what I mean?
That's
You
right.
have to play the full game.
Yep.
And so that goes back to the football. That's what we developed. We just played a 48 game from start to finish. We just wasn't going to quit.
Well, it certainly was a great memory for me. It wasn't my class. It wasn't my time. We had left, but we knew everybody on the team, and it was a great day to be at Chesty when you guys cracked that mold and kept that big line of state championships going, and you guys really were the start of it. So a lot of credit to y'all. Now, who were some of the underclassmen that maybe were there any underclassmen, or with you guys it was a strong senior team?
I don't know that we had a lot of underclassmen. We had Matson playing fullback. DeLong played fullback every once in a while. But I don't remember that we had.
But wait a minute. I thought DeLong was your class.
He was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But are you asking what underclassmen?
Who, if you had any underclassmen that.
We had Lance Flashbar.
Lance Flashbar, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
he got
right.
in.
Oh, and Chip Buddy. Did Chip Buddy play?
Chip Buddy did
Yeah,
too.
Chip did.
Chip Buddy too.
Oh, Chip Buddy. That's a lot of laughs.
He's backup center. He played and defensive tackle. I think something. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so all right, yeah, and now Chip, I see Chip around all the time. He's back in Lawrence I think he lives in Wichita, but he's back all the time, and I see Lance Flashbarth from time to time as well. But man, did our legend Hank Booth ever interview any of you guys?
I interviewed with him a couple of times. Yeah, he was. I couldn't believe his memory. He could remember plays. He could remember back. It was amazing talking to him, and so enthusiastic. But
well, and you know what? He was like that even at the end. My last year when I called games with him, he could talk about all of the teams in the 80s and 90s like it was yesterday. Right. And he did that many, many times and loved talking about the Freeman days and the Purdy days.
I was in a restaurant like 10 years later, and I hear my name from across the way. I was in Lawrence at some hamburger joint, and he came over and reminisced for like 40 minutes with me. He remembered more stuff than I did, for sure.
You know what? And that happened quite a bit when we had people on during the game, and he would always tell people.
And he knew
about
the stats of what we had done defensively that year, and he could recount every play in the national championship or in the
state championship.
But.
Well, it sure was a thrill. Obviously, you guys' a state championship. It's a thrill to have you guys all back here right now. And so, tell us what you're doing, Bill. Where are you at?
I'm in Kansas City. I'm the CEO of a company in Kansas City called WellSky. It's a software healthcare company.
Okay.
Been doing that pretty much in healthcare all my career.
Okay. Wayne?
I just recently relocated back from Hawaii, moved to Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'm a therapist out there, so I work with veterans and kids like mine.
And you're in the Army. Thank you for your service. You're
retired Army.
Retired
Yes.
Army?
Retired Army, yes.
And I'm down in Tulsa, Oklahoma, working at a charter school. I'm a facility manager. So from ages from 6 to the high school, 12.
Okay.
12th grade. So giving back
okay.
where I can. So.
Well, we love it. Love
Absolutely.
it. And love that all you guys are here. I mean, it's thrilling to have you up in the booth with us and just reminisce about old Lawrence High times. I told Joel that I could fill 20 minutes talking about Lawrence High football any day of the week. But it's great having you guys back. I know you've got a big night tonight. You'll probably go on a little later, and then tomorrow you've got a big party to go to tomorrow.
Yep.
Where's the party tomorrow night? If other classmen other fellow Chesty Lions want to jump in on that.
Lawrence Country Club.
Oh, you went fancy, Debbie. Debbie Carlson.
Yes.
Yes.
She's coach tonight.
She's telling us everything we got to do. So you're at Lawrence Country Club tomorrow night. So if you want to crash it.
Bowling at 1 p.m. tomorrow also.
Oh, you've got a full day planned. All right.
Yes, Lawrence High School tour at 10 a.m.
First time I've been in the school since high school days, so I'm looking forward to that in the morning.
Well, go to the Hall of Honor. They've got us. I mean, the Hall of Honor is amazing. It's a great look. You'll know a lot of people there. The mural on the outside is great. It's fun to see the old red and black yearbooks there. It's a changed place, but it's still cool. It's great, and it's Lawrence High all the way, and they haven't forgotten about the tradition, even with the remodel and all the things. But man, that was the day to be at Lawrence High School in 1984, 1985.
Yeah.
But thank you guys again for being there. Hey, what do you think of this team here? You think we're gonna do something?
Well, this is my first time catching this team play. Back to the fundamentals. I see a whole lot of fundamentals lacking today, and so. But I think they're going to figure it out the second half.
That's kind of what we talked about, Wayne.
I've been a football coach ever since, 30 years. I coach O-line, so I'm watching the O-line guys. We're not moving our feet enough, so we got to move the feet in order to move people. But other than that, I like what we're getting. Let's just keep fighting for another 30 minutes.
Absolutely, and we can't let that quarterback get away from us like he did on that last play there of the half. And Devin Foster, one of my favorite guys on the line, so get with him.
Right.
But we've got some talent down there
yes.
too. It's just all got to come together like you guys did in '85.
What's the saying back in the day? Put us in, coach. Put us in, coach.
All right. Well, we love it. We're here. Bill Miller, Wayne Thompson, Melvin Hunter. Thank you guys for coming out. State champion 1984 Chesty Lion football team, graduates of class of '85. Thank you for coming up here. You're listening to Lawrence High School football on 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Nowadays it seems like nothing is built to last. Like phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2-tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived, and hello to something that lasts.
D&D Tire, 10th in Vermont in downtown Lawrence. dndtires.net.
At Sigler Pharmacy, your hometown pharmacy strives to make your experience as smooth and simple as possible. Sigler has a wide range of high-quality products and services to meet all your healthcare needs. Ask questions, find the right medical supplies, pick up an over-the-counter product, and of course, fill your prescriptions. Sigler has you covered. Call, click, or stop by any of Sigler's convenient locations to see how Sigler can take care of you. SiglerPharmacy.com. SiglerPharmacy.com.
The temperatures are dropping, fall is here, time to check out your heating system. I am Jeremy Conway, owner of Cloud Heating and Air Conditioning. Furnace maintenance means we check your heat exchanger to prevent deadly carbon monoxide poisoning, check the burners, motors, and change the filter. That means clean air in your home. Ask us about our discounts and financing for new systems. 55 years, 24-hour service. When you need us, we're there. Cloud Heating and Air Conditioning, 785-842-2258, cloudhvac.com.
30 years ago, I worked for my dad detailing Peterbilts. I'm Aaron Rao. That's where it all started. I learned about being honest and treating people right. These are the values we continue at Bobside Auto. After 25 years of matching people to their next car or truck, I know the best business is built on trust. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Honda, new or trust-certified car or service, at Bobside Auto, trust is our tradition. 2851 South Iowa or online at bobsitecdjr.com.
Ryan Haney here with my good buddy Matt Llewellyn of the 23rd Street Brewery. KU football is back, and specifically back in Lawrence. That's got to be great for you, Matt.
It is so awesome, Brian. I'm so excited that they're back in Lawrence this year, and we've got all kinds of great things coming at the brewery. We've got brunch now, and we're going to open early for all the games, 9 o'clock every Saturday and Sunday. 23rd Street Brewery's open. We've got brunch, but then we've got our regular items too. So come join us at 23rd Street Brewery.
Always a fan favorite, the 23rd Street Brewery, Clinton Parkway and Cassold in Lawrence.
As a high school athlete, I suffered injuries that I was told would make it impossible to continue to play. My dad took me to see a chiropractor, and the pain went, the injury healed, and I was back on the field. I'm Dr. Scott Risley, and that experience changed my life. My passion is to help others. That's what we do at Risley Chiropractic, providing the highest quality, compassionate, and gentle chiropractic care. Feel better, play better, live better. Risley Chiropractic, 785-856-6030.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back out to Lawrence High School. Joel Becker and Matt Llewellyn at halftime. It's a 20-14 lead for That didn't do it, did it? For the for the Shawnee Mission East Lancers. So you got any numbers for us from halftime, Matt? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. 61 yards on the ground for Taj Edwards, 29 on the ground for Ethan Curry, and 23 in the air for Curry. So a balanced attack for Curry as Joey Dooley has put it up and looked good putting it up, but had a couple of very, very close interceptions, and this ball game would not be as close as it is had those interceptions been made by the Lancers. So don't like a deficit at halftime, but it could have been worse. So I'll take the 20-14 right now, but it really should have been 14-14 because giving up an 80-yard touchdown to take us into halftime was really, really bad.
So,
I mean, Jack Reeves has got to have, he's probably has 150 plus yards at this point, maybe even more than that.
Well, like I said, last game he was just shy of 300, so that is certainly not an unusual situation for him to be in. So, the big question is, what kind of adjustments does the team, are they able to make at halftime in terms of, coming up with stops? By the way, while we have a moment, I'd like to congratulate our homecoming royalty here at Lawrence High School. According to the piece of paper I got handed, our homecoming royalty this year, Roger Mayhew and Justice Smith. So congratulations.
Congratulations to them. It was always cool to see that at halftime. And
were you part of the court or anything like that when you were in high school?
No.
Okay.
No.
Did you cater the homecoming dance?
No, I was the MC of the talent show.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't do any talent yourself?
Well, I did, and there's a very, very infamous video of me singing a Beach Boys song.
Really?
With a bunch of other guys, all in Hawaiian shirts. That should not shock
I was just going to say, the Hawaiian shirts part is pretty.
But then, fun. But then during the, the interlude where the singing is stopped and all the other guys said right before the number, they said, "Okay, Matt. So here, hey, when it's just the music there in the instrumental, we're gonna all go crazy and just go nuts and dance, just do whatever you want, just go. But you got to go crazy."
Were they setting you up for
that? Oh, set me up big time. So I was the only one who did it, and there's a video. A couple of my friends have it. I don't. But
that needs to go up on YouTube.
But Wade Pascal, who I had up here at halftime last year during our at halftime during our homecoming event, the class of '84, I had Wade Pascal up here, and he did that. He was one of the ones who did that to me. But
nice.
it was a lot of fun.
So
I
wonder what condition that video is in.
Oh,
is it? I mean, I'm sure it's probably like VHS quality or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But if I'm just saying, I'm not talking to anybody specifically who might be listening to the radio, but you probably know where the radio station is, and if we had a copy of that video, we could put it on during a Lawrence High football game when we're doing video like we're doing today. I'm just saying, that's just a thought.
Okay. Well,
anything is possible.
I will see what I can do.
AI can even clean those sorts of things up and make it look more high definition.
Okay.
So she got her daddy's car, and
she'll have fun.
Cruising through the hamburger stand now.
That's right. Exactly. You know the song. But it was really cool talking to Ben Miller, Melvin Hunter, and Wayne Thompson. I mean, those guys, just really cool guys, and all of the shared memories that we have with those guys. And there was a big thrill when they won the state championship.
So the Lions had the ball when they started the game, as the Lancers actually won the toss and deferred. So obviously they're going to get the ball to start things off with the lead. So it's a huge situation here as this ball comes down at about the 5-yard line, coming up the left hash mark, 25-30, big hole, up to the 40, about 43-yard line. It was a very good return for Miles McCune for this Lancer team, so that's not a somewhat inauspicious start getting back.
So apparently another talented runner here for this Shawnee Mission East team.
That they don't seem to miss. By the way, you see this? Olathe West beat Gardner Edgerton 49-21. I'm not sure if that was yesterday. I think it may have been because, it wouldn't be done, but
no.
Wow. Yeah. All righty, so first and 10 for the Lancers. The Chesty Lions really need to come up with a stop as they go off right tackle on this first carry, and it is Kettler. And he's able to move forward to about the 47-yard line from the 44. So let's call it a gain of a little over 3, second down and a short 7. Like I said, it's exceedingly important, by the way. 14-7, the last score we had across in Olathe for the Free State Olathe South game, if you happen to be interested.
Well, yeah,
we had a man
because
move.
Of pancakes.
Yeah, that does make a difference. So the 2 more. So we've got a total of 4.
But flags will back up Shawnee Mission East.
So the right tackle on that particular play, Wallace, jumped early. And so that's a false start. And again, it's nice. You can't really rely on other teams to shoot themselves in the foot, but it would be helpful for the Chesty Lions. They need a stop here and not fall behind two scores.
On positive yardage, well, and they haven't had too many negative yardages, but because they have not punted the ball today.
No. On the second down and now about 12. Reeves under center, and there's a fumble, and it looks like the Lions may have gotten it. They fell on it, and we're waiting for an indication. The referees, no, it is actually Kettler who fell on top of it. So it's a huge loss, but unfortunately for the Lions, the Lancers do keep the ball.
He's getting fired up there, Joel. That would have been the break that we really needed. But
well, I was about to say that a turnover was really what we could use. But it is going to be a third down and long.
And those lions there on the line, they are
well, it was just
Alex Bart, Jaden Harrell, Ty Sessions. They really wanted that ball, and they thought that they had it.
It was just a mishandled exchange between the quarterback and the running back.
But when you go pop, 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 bang, 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 those things can very easily happen. We just haven't seen them happen tonight with East. And here we go.
Twins on the right, one man on the left. Back to throw. Reeves rolling to the right side. He's looking. Now he'll get hit and tackled. So they got their stop. Alex Bart was the one who finished them off, but there were about 3 dark jerseys in that area. It's going to be fourth down at about 15.
And you know what, Alex Bart, I'm going to call that a Mondi right there, because that was maybe not necessarily the hardest Cole Mondi style hit, but you know what, it was costly. And a great stop there as Jack Reeves just turned into him, and he was just there to stop him and put him in the ground.
Now it looks like, the Lions went across.
Well, they're fired up, and they're excited, and they want
to be an offsides. Now, it is going to turn a 4th and about 17 to about a 4th and 12. It's not going to probably allow them to go for it, although the ball is on the 42-yard line of the Lancers. The quarterback is still out there, presumably to punt. We've talked about this before, but technically the offense is still on. Now he backs up into pooch punt type territory. Now, we did have an unfortunate roughing the kicker earlier in the year. This time a line drive kick, and it's going to bounce, and it's going to come into the end zone for a touchback. Jackson Becker took a bit of a chance there letting that go, but it just barely rolled into the end zone for a touchback.
And you know what? A little bit of riverboat gambler there, and I'm glad that he did, because that's exactly what we needed. Had Becker picked that ball up, my guess is he would have been stopped pretty shortly after he took that, and that could have been costly to his body.
Well, a wonderful opportunity here for the Chesty Lions coming out for their first drive of the second half, 9:03 to go, third quarter. If they can come down, again, they were only stopped once, in that first quarter. We didn't have a whole lot of offensive possessions. It went the first half, I should say, went really quickly. But if they can get down, they could conceivably take the lead here, as it's a counterplay to Taj Edwards. He was hit and finally dragged down across the 20 to about the 24. It'll be a pickup of 4, 2nd and 6. Edwards has really been impressive today with his, power and his runs. He has not been easily taken down after initial contact. So it is 2nd down and 6. Shotgun formation, Twins on the right, one man on the left. It's Dooley on the option. He's going to keep it himself off right tackle. Gets across the 30 to about the 32. That'll move the chains. It's a pickup of 7. They'll give him the 31 and the 32. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions from there. And the good news is that this Lions team has been pretty methodical. They haven't required, huge, big chunks of yards in order to have their offense go. They've been able to, there have been several downs that have gone to, or series that have gone to 3rd downs and have been converted and whatnot. So they need to continue on with that. Same formation as before. Back to throw Dooley. He's going to let one go down the line. He's looking for Becker, and it is incomplete.
Oh, my.
There was contact, and it was decent coverage. Wonderly over there, the cornerback did run into him before the ball got there, but no flags come out, so it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, and probably a good no call there, but my goodness, there was a lot of contact, and had he been able to come up with that, you almost thought that he had a chance.
He had a step
bouncing off him.
The ball was a hair underthrown, so he slowed down for it, but the cornerback came and ran into him, but they didn't.
You're not going to really call that a missed catch, though.
No. There was contact. It is a keeper for Dooley. He's headed the line trying to go forward. He was yanked backwards, maybe a gain of 1, and it's going to set up a 3rd down and long. So, boy, after almost nobody gets stopped the entire first half, it would be kind of weird if both teams end up getting stopped on their first possession of the second half. But a 3rd down and 9 here, 7-17 and counting in the 3rd quarter of play. Now the Lions certainly are capable of converting on 3rd and 9. It's not an easy down and distance, but they can throw the football. Twins on the right, one man on the left. Rolling to the right side is Dooley, looking, throwing. He overthrew his intended receiver. He was looking for Curry on the far side, and he was potentially open as he was being covered over on the play by Max Sullivan, but there
were a lot of Lancers over there. You almost thought it looked like had he cut back, he might have had a better opportunity to make the 1st down if he just ran it.
So Krieger standing back inside his 20-yard line. 4th down and 9. So, like I said, ironically enough, both teams punting it away in their first possession of the second half after almost nobody getting stopped. Krieger's kick is high. It's going to bounce and take a bit of a Lancer bounce at about the 42 back to the 43, where it was downed by Hardesty, and we will get another look at this Lancer offense and see if the Lions defense can come up big as well.
Oh, man. Well, opportunities missed because, you stopped him on that series. You don't want to not capitalize. You got to get some points out of that series because
or at the absolute least move the ball down a little bit to
have a better field position. Right, absolutely.
But unfortunately not. Ball on their own 43-yard line for the Lancers. Standard with split backs behind Reeves, who is going to keep it himself up the middle. He breaks one tackle. He was pulled down from behind on the second try through, so a good job that time by Grimes to grab onto him and not let go. Still a pickup of just about 4, 2nd down and 6. Ball's on the 46-yard line.
Yeah, and it certainly didn't look like it was even that many. It looked like he was just gained a couple, but they are going to credit him with 3.
Yeah, well, It was, again, hard running. This quarterback, Jack Reeves, as we've talked about.
That was his power run.
So standard formation this time around, 2 wingbacks, 1 fullback, and 1 wide out to the left side. Now a man in motion, and it is going to be Reeves trying to get around the left side with a burst of speed. He breaks the tackle, gets into Lion territory all the way down to the Lawrence High 40-yard line, Jack Reeves. And like I said, he's got this burst of speed that this Lions defense has not been able to keep up with. Every time he's tried to go to the outside, he's been able to outrun the defense.
Yeah, I mean, he is a strong runner, and you look at this guy and you wonder what position he might be able to play at the next level.
That's a good question.
I mean, certainly a strong running quarterback would be a possibility, but we haven't seen him throw the ball enough to make that assessment tonight.
On 1st and 10 from the Lions 40, it is a give up the middle and hit as he got to about the 36-yard line. Checking to make sure it is Youngers on the catch. Max Youngers, haven't seen him much in the game. It'll be a pickup of 5, 2nd down and 5. Let's call it 4, 2nd and 6. They only gave him to the Lion 36-yard line. Clock is running under 5 minutes left to go, 3rd quarter. 20-14 our score. Lancers on top of the Lions. Homecoming, trying to get their first win of the year as Lawrence High. This time they'll go with those split backs and 1 wingman on the left side. Reeves will take it himself around left side. He's got a big hole. He'll get inside the 30, knocked down inside the 25, down to about the 22.
Yeah, and a big hole is really kind of an understatement. It was just basically the whole far side of the field was just wide open for him as they just contained all of the linebackers and all the defensive line of the Lions.
And, of course, remember, when the quarterback keeps it himself, he's got those 2 running backs that can kind of lead block for him. So once he got around that his own left tackle, then, all of the outside pursuit, the first 2 guys are going to get taken care of by those 2 running backs. By the time they even touch him, he's already 10 yards downfield.
Right.
So 1st and 10 for the Lancers. Ball on the Lion 22. Split backs. Wingman on the left side. And it is a give to that man on the left side. There's a flag that comes down. Van Ice with the carry. Gets down to the 16, but this one presumably is going to come back. Looks like a hold. Is about to be called on the Lancers. We're waiting for the official indication from the referee, but indeed it is holding against the Lancers. So that's a big penalty for the Lions to put them back into a 1st and 20, ball back at the 32-yard line, an opportunity here to maybe keep them off the scoreboard.
And I was worried when that tackle was made that maybe there was a bit of a face mask to some degree, but not to be. So 1st down and 20 here.
So they come out, same
19.
formation. Quick snap, and it's Reeves going around the left side, and he gets knocked out of bounds as he got inside the 25. We'll see where they say he went out. Actually, it looks like he stepped out at the 27. So it is a gain on the play, but only got back maybe not even quite half of the yardage. It'll be 2nd down and 16 from there.
And I'm glad they were keeping an eye on that, because from my vantage point, it looked like he gained all 9 back to the original line of scrimmage. But
it's hard to see where he stepped out. He apparently stepped out before he really got to the pile of people. So they need to get to the 12. The ball's on the 27, so we'll call it 2nd and 15. Reeves under center of the wingback out on the right side this time. And it is going to be Reeves trying to get around that right side, cuts inside on that zone read, and pushing people forward, finally dragged down as he got inside the 15 down near the line to gain. He's maybe a yard shy, and it's going to set up a 3rd down about 1.
I mean, Joel, initial contact was behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just an absolutely incredible run as he was being touched by, how many different Lions touched him before they were finally able to drag him down? I mean, 5, 6
Probably.
players? I mean, it was crazy the ability of Reeves.
But that's the thing is you have if you're gonna beat this Lancer team, you're gonna have to have really good tackling.
And that's what Melvin Hunter was talking about when he said fundamentals. He absolutely was talking about tackling.
Standard formation this time around. Reeves under center. He's going to go straight ahead with it and get the first down. Needed to get to the 12, got basically to the 11, maybe even the 10. So it was a pickup of 2. It'll be first down and 10 from there. They'll be able to get a first down without getting into the end zone. Clock stopped for just the second at 2:23 left to go, third quarter. Lancers on top, 20-14, trying to make it a 2-score game here.
And they'll probably use all of their clock again.
They have been
at 15, and they're in no hurry.
Well, the thing is once they get the play in and come out to the, they don't spend a whole lot of time. He'll get under center and get a snap awfully quickly. So Reeves under center, takes that snap. He'll hand it off this time, trying to go around, and it's Kettler. He'll get inside the 5 down to the 4-yard line, going off right tackle. It'll set up a second down.
2 injured lines there on the play.
Yeah, one was able to get pulled up, but the second one is going to need some attention, it would seem. So the clock is stopped. Is that Jules Guard?
Yeah, it's Jules Guard.
Yeah.
But he is up on his feet
He pushed
now.
himself up, but he is kind of gimpy on either an ankle or a knee, it looks like. And so he's going to hobble his way off and be replaced.
J.J. Lucas is going to come in for him.
So it'll set up a second down and about 4. Ball's at the 5-yard line. Like I said, they can get a first down without getting a touchdown. The ball's really at the 4-yard line. So let's call it 2nd and 3. Lancers come up to the line.
A hamstring for Jules Guard.
And it's going to be an inside give. Van Ice was able to break a tackle and move forward. He's going to be close to a first down, but I believe shy. So it'll be 3rd down and about a yard, a little less. Ball's on the 2. They need to get just a little inside the 1 to get a first down.
Looks like they've got the jumbo package in there as Bailey Johnson comes in.
We're under a minute to go in the third quarter. 20-14 Lancers knocking at the door, but a big third down play. They will go under center Reeves with the standard formation behind him, and he's going to go forward himself. That should be good enough for a first down. I do not believe he got into the end zone, but it's going to be a 1st and goal inside the 1.
But there's been no indication yet.
No, they haven't.
The East is saying they do, but the officials are not.
They haven't yet. Yeah, they're calling it 4th down without even measuring it. That's interesting. We may find out. Earlier in the game, I said that the officials really like it when you end the quarter when the ball's on the 48. Here's something they really hate, which is when the ball's on the 1 and we go from the 3rd to the 4th quarter. But that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, and boy, Bailey Johnson, all 320 pounds of him was bouncing up and down. He was excited that they got the stop, and he's excited to get more.
We'll see what they can do here.
Now.
Yeah, that's the end of the third quarter of play. No scoring in that third quarter. But we have 12 minutes of football left to go. The big question is, can they come up with a big stop here on 4th down and keep this a 1-score game? It's the Lions trailing the Lancers 20-14 right here on FM 101.7, 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Crown Toyota. See what sets us apart from the rest. Built for all-day play. 2024 Toyota Tacoma. Rates as low as 1.99 APR for up to 72 months. Does not include $4.99 admin fee. On approved credit. See dealer for details. Offer ends 9/2/25. Experience the Crown difference. Miles Stairs Crown Automotive, 3400 South Iowa, Lawrence, Kansas. Supporting Lawrence Athletics.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Looking back out to Lawrence High School, Joel Becker and Matt Llewellyn. It's the Chesty Lions taking on Shawnee Mission East. Lancers leading it 20-14 as we get to the fourth quarter of play. But the question is, what will happen here on a fourth down play, 4th and inches, with the ball on the 1 yard line? They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. I'm still a little bit surprised they didn't even measure that. Ball moved all the way down from one side of the field to the other.
The Shawnee Mission East coaches were unhappy, to say the least.
I imagine we'll see a sneak here, but we'll see. A lot of beef up front. Under center Reeves, he's going to roll to the right side into the end zone, touchdown.
Yeah, and
practically untouched.
And that you kind of saw that coming because the Lions were bunched up right there in the center, and they had all these guys, including Bailey Johnson, who was thinking he was going to come out, but they send him back in as he just kind of moved around off to the far side and just into the end zone untouched because those.
Well, they went the opposite direction.
Yeah, those 3 guys on the line, they're probably not the quickest lineman that Lawrence High has.
Yeah. So 26-14 our score, 3 seconds into the fourth quarter. It looks like they're going to go for 2 after having missed an extra point earlier. Under center is Reeves. He will try the left side this time. He's hit, but, well, let's see. Did he make it in? Yes, he did. The 2-point conversion is good. He had to stop behind the line looking for a hole. It was kind of that zone read. And the Lions tried to gap the hole but couldn't quite do it. And he managed to break the plane, which was just enough to get the 2-point conversion. So 11:57 left to go in regulation time. 28-14 our score. Lancers on top. Kickoff coming up after this on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
At Lawrence's Prairie Moon Waldorf School, discover the true value of education. Our unique approach nurtures the head, heart, and hands, fostering creativity, critical thinking, and practical skills. By understanding the developmental phases of childhood, we offer a comprehensive curriculum that includes music, dance, theater, and more. These experiences help students develop intellectually, emotionally, and physically, preparing them to confidently pursue their paths. Enroll at the Prairie Moon Waldorf School in Lawrence and invest in a holistic education for your child's future.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Well, they say it's a game of momentum is football, at pretty much any level you play at. And the Lions come out of the locker room at halftime and are able to come up with a defensive stop, helped out with a penalty and whatnot. But they got the stop on the Lancers, got the ball back. The offense couldn't do anything with it. And this time around, the Lancers march down the field for the touchdown, and it's a 2-score game. As this is taken at about the 15. I think this is Curry with it, and makes a couple of moves, gets across the 25, and hit and tackled as it gets to the 27-yard line. And it is Ethan Curry on the run back. Not bad field position. Now, obviously, the Lions offensively are going to have to go down and score. But again, you cannot score 14 points on this drive. So, you've got to just stay within yourself and then hope that your defense can come up with another stop.
Yeah, I mean, of course, and that's it. I mean, but you've got to do it one step at a time and offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct calls, looks like.
Yeah. So it won't affect the yardage, but it will affect the possibility if somebody gets a second one.
But again, here, and I've been pretty pleased with the offense. Other than the couple of almost interceptions, the offense has done a pretty good job tonight for the Lions. But we've got to make those connections and also continue to run the ball well. Running the ball for the Lions has not been a problem, and you almost think that maybe it's time to focus more on that for the Lions, but you don't know how much their balanced attack is keeping the defenses honest when they do play them to free up our running attack.
Well, the other thing to think about is the fact that you've only got a quarter to come back and get a 2-score disadvantage. So it's going to be Taj Edwards. Big hole. Oh, he's able to sidestep one man and go through. Down the middle of the field, inside the 35, chased down from behind and taken down at the 31-yard line. It was Oaks, one of the Oaks. There's more than one of them. This one was Paxton, who came up with the touchdown saving tackle, but Taj Edwards on the first play from scrimmage on this drive able to flip the field and get all the way down to the Lancer 31.
And I was really surprised that Taj didn't have a little bit of burst of speed, because he did have the pattern on him. It just wasn't quite enough to go all the way.
On the keeper from Dooley, he was a zone read, or I should say a read option, and he faked it to Taj Edwards, went up himself up the middle, gains all the way inside the 25 to about the 22. It'll be a 2nd down and 1, gain of 9 for the quarterback. And we've seen Joey Dooley run more this game than he pretty much has in any other one so far, the 3 games he's started.
Yeah, but you can definitely tell why he is a running threat.
So Bart will come back in at tight end along with McGee. Play clock's down at 10. And they're going to have to call timeout, as they did not have the right personnel on the field for whatever it is they wanted to do. You hate to have to burn a timeout in the 4th quarter. 10:31 left to go, but that is indeed what the Lions will do here. While we do have an extra 10 seconds because it is near the top of the hour, we will pause 10 seconds for station identification. 28-14 our score. Lancers on top of the Lawrence High Chesty Lions here on Lawrence High Football.
1320 KLWN Lawrence and FM 1017 K269 GP Lawrence. Depend on it.
Alrighty, so after the timeout, 2nd down and 1 for the Chesty Lions. Ball is on the 22-yard line. Obviously, they need to get some points, and then they need to see if they can't get
a stop.
Some good work out of their defense.
As you say, first things first. Let's get a score, get in the end zone.
Twins on the left. Becker is the wideout on the right to himself. Edwards in the backfield, back to throw, looking for Becker down the near sideline, and he caught it. Touchdown. Now I'm waiting to see if
there it is.
Flag. Nope.
Touchdown.
Touchdown for the Lions. I thought they might call him for pushing off, because he did. But at the same time, if they can push him, he can push back. And Jackson Becker comes up with the 22-yard touchdown catch from Joey Dooley. And with 10:24 left to go here, regulation time, it is a 28-20 lead with the extra point to come.
And they are talking about it, but I tell you, I was worried about that too, Joel, because it was definitely it would have been questionable had they thrown the flag. I would have been mad, but man, it was great. Just put the ball right where he needed it to be, and Jackson Becker able to come up with it for the Lawrence High touchdown.
They're calling it unsportsmanlike conduct on the Lions. That is a big potential penalty there. I mean, it is a penalty. So they're calling another unsportsmanlike on Lawrence High. It had to have been a celebration after the touchdown that it was the call. But the thing about it is that it turns, this extra point is potentially a big deal here, because it's 28-20. You'd much rather be 28-21. And Krieger is going to have to kick about a 35-yard extra point here.
Well, he's got the leg.
Yeah, he can do it.
Already made a 43-yard field goal this year. And they're going to put it.
So, officially, it's an extra point, but it's like a 35, just a hair past 35-yard line. It's the 25-yard line, but he's, got to kick it past the goalposts. Here it is. Snap back. Oh, he dropped the snap. Becker is still with it. He's going to turn around and see what he can do with it. Gets around one man inside the 20 and hit and tackled. So that was just a busted play. It was the snap he failed to cleanly catch. And once that happened, he just did the best he could. But it'll go down.
Anytime it's in the hands of Becker, I'm thinking that there's a possibility. And he did have some blue sky over there, but not enough to get in the end zone. So now the Lions will be down by 8.
So 28-20 our score, 10:24 to go regulation time. Kickoff coming up after this on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Hey, this is Rick. Johnny's Tavern, Lawrence's original sports bar, is proud to support amateur athletics. The culture, sportsmanship, teamwork, leadership, commitment, and life skills it helps develop are a big part of the benefits for all participants. Fans, players, referees, administrators all work together to accomplish goals. Johnny's is proud to be involved. If you're looking for another amateur sport, check out the Kansas University Rugby Club for a schedule.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back out to Lawrence High School. Joel Becker, Matt Llewellyn, 28-20. Lancers on top of the Chesty Lions. Well, with that touchdown, you score another free pancake at your Lawrence IHOP. That brings our total up to 3 for us. They also have 4 over across at ODAC as Lawrence Free State is 28-7 over Olathe South as they start the fourth quarter there. So 7 pancakes you can possibly get over at IHOP at 31st in Iowa.
That is a tall stack.
It is at that. Krieger with the ball. It is at the 40-yard line, teed up right in the middle of the field. We'll see what happens with the kick, which he goes deep with. It's going to come down about the 5-yard line, right in the middle of the field, trying to head up. He ran into his own man, hit at the 19, spun around, and taken down. As a good tackle over on the play by Kai Heidewald. And the run back, I believe, was Miles McCune again for the Lancers. So, again, what the Lions need is for their defense to step up. It is poor field position for the Lancers, but that hasn't really stopped them today. They have been able to move the ball down the field most of the time.
Well, they took a 99-yard drive, and then they had an 80-yard run.
So 10-16 showing on the clock in the fourth quarter. Lancers, the really sad thing is that the way they play, they could easily, knock 8-9 minutes off the clock and end up with a score the way they run the football. Reeves under center, standard formation. Man in motion from left to right. It is going to be a keeper from Reeves trying to go around right tackle. A couple of lead blockers. He's hit as he gets to the 25 up to about the 27. It'll be a pickup of 8. Second down and 2. And the Lancers offense picking up where they left off. Lions came up with a stop on the opening drive of this half. But aside from that, it's been few and far between. Which, like I said at the beginning of the game, that's pretty much how these Lancers games have been all year. They oftentimes have a hard time stopping other teams, but they have been able to put up points in yardage. Second down and 2 under center Reeves. He will keep it himself and get the first down across the 30 to about the 32. Again, just that little zone read from the bull formation. Bull, in case you aren't familiar, you've got the 2 wingbacks on either side, just outside the tight ends, and a fullback no more than a couple of steps behind the quarterback. And he can give it to either of the 2 wingbacks or the fullback or keep it himself. So it'll set up a 1st and 10 for the Lancers. Football on the Shawnee Mission East 32-yard line. Clock running with 9 minutes left to go, regulation time. Come up to the line, 4 seconds left to go on the play clock. Man in motion, takes the snap, and coming around to the left side is Reeves, and he is hit and tackled. Good open field tackle that time around by Dubray.
Flag on the field.
There is a flag down. That was the only thing that really has tripped up this Lancer offense, is when they've been guilty of holding a few times.
But nice little open field tackle there by the Lions, so hopefully.
The flag is way back in the backfield, back at the 26-yard line, the original line of scrimmage. So they're in a discussion on the Lancer sideline with their coach, probably trying to explain what it is they're calling here. They may be asking them something. Yeah, it's apparently on the Lions. Illegal contact or an illegal block or something. I don't know. We haven't seen an indication. We're going to wait and see what the referee indicates. Well, now they're walking it backwards. No. Yeah, from where the spot of the foul was, it appears to be. A defensive holding call. So that's
in the backfield of East.
Which I'm not sure how you do that, but it becomes a 10-yard penalty. It is a first down. Now, I don't know how it works in high school. In upper levels, you would get that holding from the end of the run. But at any rate, 1st and 10, ball's up at the 32 or 42-yard line. Standard formation, Reeves under center. Man in motion, and they will give it. And trying to go around is Van Ice, and he'll get up near midfield, probably about a yard shy. It's a pickup of 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3. Clock is running with 8:07 left to go. Lancers are up by 8 points, 28-20, excuse me.
And Dubray had a nice tackle there, but
second straight.
Not before he was able to pick up 8 yards there.
Dubray was the also the guy who had the open field tackle in the previous play. So 2nd down and 3. Play clock is down to 14 as they come out of the huddle and come up to the line. Standard formation. Wide out is to the left. Under center Reeves. Man in motion. And it's going to be Reeves around right side with a hole. He is hit and pulled down. He'll get enough for a first down, however, as he got into Lion territory down to the Lawrence High 45. 1st and 10 for the Lancers.
Yes, the clock keeps on running.
7:10 and counting. And the Chesty Lions, as we said before, they need a stop.
And the Lancers are just in no hurry whatsoever to make a call. It's about 15 seconds they decide to break huddle, way under 15 seconds when they think they know what the call is, and 7 seconds they're set.
Under center standard formation, and it will be a give this time. Going around the right side is Kettler. And he'll get inside the 45 down to about the 40-yard line, just shy of the 40. It'll set up a 2nd down and a long 5 or a short 6. Clock running with 6:20 left to go. Remember, they got the football with, 10 minutes left or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, 11:57 was when we scored. Oh, no.
That was when they scored.
No, yeah.
We scored, and it was like 10-17 when they got the ball back. And we're down under half a quarter to go. On 2nd down, man in motion is Van Ice. It's going to be a keeper from Reeves. He was hit in the backfield, still managed to spin and fall his way forward for a positive yard.
And
up to the 39. It'll be 3rd down.
He snapped that ball at 1 second left on the play clock.
Yeah.
So they're using as many of those 40 seconds as they possibly can.
Well, again, they're in a position where they're not that far away from points right now. And if they can make this a 2-score game,
right?
And, there's a real good chance the way things are right now that if the Lions get the ball back, they're going to get it back with less than 3 minutes to go, or even maybe less than 2. And if it's a 2-score game, they're going to have their work cut out for them, certainly. Under center, Reeves keeps it, going off right tackle, trying to get around, and he does. Bounces off one man. He was hit and knocked down. Was that Galbraith, I think? Oh, and he's slow getting up. They will pull Reeves up, and he seems to be okay. Walking back to the huddle, but hopefully he was checking to see the license plate on that truck.
And Jules Guard was the one who had a chance to get him in the backfield, but Reeves just kind of put on an extra burst, but Jules Guard was able to stay with him, just not able to pull him down before he was able to pick up that first down, and Jules Guard not happy with himself.
Ball marked down to the 29-yard line, 1st and 10. We're under 5 minutes to go, almost under 4.5 at this point. Standard formation. Under center is Reeves. Now a man in motion right to left. It is going to be Reeves keeping it. Bit of a broken play. Once again, knocked down hard. And second straight time he's a little slow in getting up. There were about 3 players that were a little slow in getting up after that. It's going to be a gain of 3 or so down to the 26. It'll be a 2nd down and 7 from there. Under 4 minutes left to go.
And the Lions defense really looks tired out there. The body language, but they're holding tough. I mean, the fact that they were only able to pick up a couple is positive.
On 2nd and long, Reeves under center, standard formation. He'll take the snap and hand it off. And Van Ice was knocked down hard. It was a pickup of 2, maybe 3.
That was Wingard there on that stop, and that was a hard hit there, but Wingard delivered.
So this is a big play, 3rd down at about 5. The ball's on the 24-yard line. I have no idea what kind of field goal kicker this left-footed guy is, and we're getting a timeout by the Lions with 3:29 left to go. Now the thing is that if I'm the Lancers with an 8-point lead, again it depends on just how much trust I have in my kicker, but all I've seen out of him was extra points. I'm not so sure that I would be trusting him to make a 40-yard field goal. So my guess is that they're in 4-down territory here, as good as they run. Unless something happens on this 3rd down play that is a negative yard, which hasn't happened very much in this game, if they can even get a yard or 2, I think they go for it on 4th down. And
yeah, I think you're right, Joel.
It's going to be a tough order to stop them twice. But we shall see. Clock stopped with 3:29 left to go, regulation time. The 0-4 Chesty Lions trying to get their first win on homecoming week against the Shawnee Mission East Lancers.
And Coach wants to make sure we make the best defensive play we can do here with 3rd down and about 4. 3:29 left to go. Lions are just down by 8 at this point. But this is about the biggest 3rd down we've had in this game right here.
We've got 2 wideouts this time. Reeves under center. Now they look back over toward the sideline. They'll get under center again. He gives it on trying to go around, and forced out of bounds is Van Ice.
And it's going to be close, but I don't think he's got it.
I think he's a
little
short. Maybe about a yard.
But we'll see here what they're going to say. I'm with you, Joel. I think that they go for it because
you don't want to try a 37-yard field goal here.
No.
And they bring the big guy in as Bailey Johnson comes in on the line again up the middle, just trying, because again it's a 1 yard, so they're trying to stop the potential keeper. Now the last time they ran directly away from him to the right side. Although, we were talking before about last week how effective Harrell was. And that would be the direction they are going now, though it's a tough task for Harrell to stop Reeves, and it looks like the Lancers are going to call a timeout.
Because they want to get it right, and they've got all 3 of theirs. So now they're down to 2. Lions have 1 timeout left.
So 2:34 showing on the clock in regulation time. And again, as we said before, this drive started with over 10 minutes left to go in the game, and we're down to about 2. And if they can convert this, they could probably run another minute and a half off before they score, presumably.
Yeah, I mean, no question. And if the goal line stance is any indication of what happened last time, Grimes could very easily just come off out of the middle and go up on either side of the line, and able to pick up 1 or 2 yards. Should not be a problem for this Lancer team. Reeves. Yeah, what did I say?
Grimes.
Okay.
I mean, that would be an interesting.
I'm hoping Grimes stops.
That's
Reeves.
what I was thinking. It would be an interesting choice for him to. I don't think the Lancers would let him carry the football.
And Grimes was in there on the last play.
Yeah.
I would expect him to be in again.
I believe he is over on the right side.
Is Galbraith way over to the far side?
Grimes is on the right side.
No, Galbraith right in the middle.
Yep. So 2 wideouts either side. Standard formation. Reeves under center. He's going to take the snap. Again, going to the right side. He was able to spin off a tackle, get the first down, and get down to the 15-yard line. There was contact right at the line of scrimmage, but he was able to spin off of it.
Yeah, and that was exactly what they did the last time they had.
Oh, yeah, same play.
Fourth down. I mean, it's the exact same play.
Well, if it ain't broke.
Oh, right. Yeah, well, okay, so that was a big 4th down, and that's going to clock running at 2:19.
The Lions with only the 1 timeout, so they can only stop the clock once more.
And happy to report that the heating system is working here in the booth. The air conditioning system is working well, too.
Yes.
Currently, they're testing the heat.
Apparently. A great thing to do on a 90-degree day.
Yes.
So 1st and 10 from the 15. Standard formation, Reeves under center. And he will give it around the left side to Van Ice. He was pulled down as he got just inside the 15 to about the 14. It was that was Wingard on the tackle, as he did a good job of pulling him down.
And the Lions call their last timeout.
Yeah. So stopping the clock with 1:48 left to go. At this point, if you're the Lions, you really need to be going for strips. I mean, you can't. I mean, first of all, you can't give up any points. Presumably, they're in field goal range now. If you were able to stop them, the problem is that if you stop them 3 more times at this point, the game's over because you've run out of time to play. So at this point, you pretty much need a turnover. I mean, you might not completely, but even if you don't, and somehow or another they maybe go for it on 4th down and miss, as opposed to kicking a field goal, or they miss the field goal or whatever, you would still be in a position where you got to go 90 yards in like 10 seconds or something like that. That's if you get the ball back at all. It is a 2nd down play. Ball's on the 14. 2nd and 9. This time they go with the backs a little bit to the right. Under center, Reeves, and he will follow those backs around to the right side. Big hole. He gets down to the 5 and down to the 2. Hit and tackled there. To be quite honest, it's tough to know whether or not you're not better off having let him score in that situation, because all this is doing is killing any more time.
Well, and yeah,
with
first down and goal at the 2-yard line.
So
you're almost wondering
they could actually kneel it out here if they wanted to.
Absolutely,
and they may do that.
Yeah, because
we're out. if you let them score, it's a tall tale. But at least you'd have the ball and the possibility to score, get an onside kick, and score again.
Right.
This way, they really do not have to try and score. They can. I think they're going to call another timeout. Yeah, they will. With 1:03 left to go. So all you got to do is kneel the ball down twice and the game's over. So there's really no point in them even trying to score. Other than, and they may, I mean, to their credit, I would not blame the Lancers if they put the ball in the end zone here. If I were they, I would probably kneel once and then try and put it in. The reason why is because in Keisha, you don't you get credit for up to 13 points, and they're only at 8. And so if they score once more, they can get that extra plus. It's not that they're trying to stick it to the Lions. It's that they're trying to get more of a score differential so that in the event it comes up later on that their seeding would be a little bit higher. So I can't say as I blame them if that's what they do.
And at this point, it's not sticking it to the Lions.
No.
If they win by 15 points.
Right.
If they go for the touchdown here.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Nobody's going to call that. And with Keisha or without. No one's going to fault them for going it.
I mean, if they did kneel it down, I would consider that to be very sportsmanlike.
Yeah.
But if they don't, I do not consider that to be unsportsmanlike because, again, you have an advantage for going in.
Again, we've got our jumbo package in here, do the Lions at the goal line.
So they technically do have one more timeout.
But it maybe does look like they're just going to take a knee.
And he does. He takes a knee. But like I said, they could do that for the first play, take their last timeout, with 10 seconds left and then try and score. The reason why you don't just put it in right now is because, for the same reason I talked about, because then technically that opens the window for the possibility that you could lose. It's unlikely, but it could happen. But if you knock another 40 seconds off the clock and then score, then it's almost impossible.
Right.
But I'm guessing they're going to kneel down again. But
100%. There's no question about it at this point.
And he does.
And there it is.
And that's it. So an unhappy homecoming for the Chesty Lions as they put forth an effort, scored 3 touchdowns, but come up short against the Lancers. I will say at least this, that they held Lancers to under their average. They normally score 35.5 points a game. On the other hand, they also give up 35 points a game, and we only got 20.
Yeah, and, the Lions, they showed a lot of good things tonight. It's hard to say what I really, truly think about this game. They can hang their heads high, but it almost felt like after the initial, when they didn't make the touchdown, or they stopped them, and then they had to give the ball right back. The first series, the second half, it just kind of felt like it wasn't going to happen for them.
Yeah.
And that's when they went down 14.
Yes. The funny thing is, we've talked about this in previous games. This is a Lions team that is now 0-5 on the year. And it's not like they've been blown out in their games. I mean, Mill Valley was not a especially close game, but that's not surprising. But, most of the other games have been games that when you look back at the game, even if the score wasn't, it wasn't like a 1-point game or a 3-point game or whatever, you feel like that there was only 1 or 2 things that could have gone differently that might have changed the outcome of the game. And in this one, it was, right before the end of the half, a, 80-yard run by Jack Reeves.
That was brutal.
Yeah, I mean, with that, but the thing is, think about it. If that doesn't happen, and we go to the, if the Lions were able to tie the game up going into halftime, this game's very different. Now, coming out in the second half, that's the same thing where we were able to get that stop coming out of halftime and then couldn't do anything on offense. That was really the killer. Because that if we had been able to then, coming in to the second half, it was a situation where, we could have potentially even taken the lead at that point. And not only were we not able to take the lead, we even gave it back to them in pretty good field position. Yeah. And they came down, made it a 2. Once it was a 2-score game, that was pretty much all she wrote. I mean, there was always the possibility, but the way things were going, that seemed unlikely.
But you know what? You got to give it up. Taj Edwards, another 100-yard gain. And he scored a TD. Joey Dooley scored a TD, and Jackson Becker got a TD, which I think that might have been just Jackson's. Is that Jackson's first of the year or second of the year?
Touchdown catch?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, to be quite honest.
Either way, it's a loss for the Lions on homecoming. It's very disappointing, and all us proud Chesty Lions are disappointed. But, man, you know what? The guys, You know what they didn't do tonight, Joel? They didn't make mistakes. You didn't see a lot of mistakes in there. It was a very clean game. They didn't have any costly penalties that I can recall. The thing that was missing for this Lion team is just what Melvin Hunter said, the fundamentals. The tackling wasn't great. We made some hard hits. We did have some nice stops, but it wasn't overall. The tackling wasn't great. But from a other standpoint, it seemed like we played a pretty clean game. Just couldn't stop Reeves, and it really was Reeves. There were some other runners, but clearly this team wins and loses on Reeves.
Oh, no question. But far and away. We don't really have any kind of an idea of where he came down in terms of total yards rushing. We know that he had 80 yards on one of them.
Our guys who would have told us this or have left, but David over there from the Journal World might know how many yards Reeves had on the night. Okay, so he didn't keep track of that, and I don't blame him. Because I don't either. I never keep track of the opponents. I know that he had a lot. Well, I mean, we knew that he had the 80-yard run. I mean, my guess is he probably had over 200.
I would think so.
So 28-20, Lions go down tonight. Taj Edwards had 100-yard rushing night. I have him down for 109. So his average is still over 100 for the well, no, not probably. Oh, yeah, no, it should be over 100 for the year. Taj is having a nice running back season. I know he would much rather have a win at this point, but there's still some games to come and still some potential games that I see on the calendar as potential wins. And in Keisha, as everybody knows, it doesn't matter because everybody gets a shot at the playoffs.
Well, that is definitely a good thing. And another thing that we got to kind of remind folks or not forget is that, this is now game 3 in the Joey Dooley era, and he's only a sophomore. It's a lot to ask of him to – I thought he played, as for a third game in his varsity career, I thought he did pretty well. They used him more in the running attack than they had previously. Sure, he made some – questionable throws, and his accuracy could be better and whatnot. But overall, I think you got to give him a certain amount of credit and let him learn a little bit on this job.
That's all going to get better. And you know what is he's got great legs, and you can you can see him getting better all the time. And I would say that tonight, they weren't putting him in situations where he could have killed him. Now, we're very fortunate that the Lancers didn't make the 2 interceptions that were thrown right to their men.
Yep.
But I was very proud of our wide receivers. Our wide receivers, in my book, did not have a drop. I mean, they really didn't. And so that was one of my keys to the game, and still a very, very important factor for this game, and a factor that says that we are getting better.
All righty, well, that's going to do it from here at Lawrence High School. We'll wrap things up. Just want to make sure that everybody's ready for that if we're going to actually wrap things up here at Lawrence High School. But the final score, 28-20, the Lancers on top of the Lions on homecoming night here from Lawrence High School. We appreciate you listening in. Are we ready? Okay, so we're going to actually say goodnight here from Lawrence High School for Matt Llewellyn. Thanks to Andrew Stussy here at the venue for producing our video, and to David Ward back at the station for pressing the buttons there as well. The final was 28-20. The Lancers on top of the Lions here on Lawrence High Football on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Hey, this is Rick. Johnny's Tavern, Lawrence's original sports bar, is proud to support amateur athletics. The culture, sportsmanship, teamwork, leadership, commitment, and life skills it helps develop are a big part of the benefits for all participants. Fans, players, referees, administrators all work together to accomplish goals. Johnny's is proud to be
The temperatures are dropping. Fall is here. Time to check out your heating system. I am Jeremy Conway, owner of Cloud Heating and Air Conditioning. Furnace maintenance means we check your heat exchanger to prevent deadly carbon monoxide poisoning, check the burners, motors, and change the filter. That means clean air in your home. Ask us about our discounts and financing for new systems. 55 years, 24-hour service. When you need us, we're there. Cloud Heating and Air Conditioning, 785-842-2258, cloudhvac.com.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.